WIIFTV PM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Mayoral Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like May said. Remy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You gotta
attack.
get your heart rate up.
Okay, that not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah.
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Well, every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work. All right.
You're cool. You, I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
I'm feeling good, y'all. Smiling more every day. Closer to my dreams. Hey, guapole, the food tastes better. I stopped smoking squares. Healing from the inside out, making repairs. I forgave some people. Thanked them for the lessons. Cause holding on to it was blocking my blessings. No more stressing. Worry dishonors God, so I don't. I just pray. And I'm loving my odds. Mingle with like minds. Gravitate where light shines. Graduate, masters. Your rhymes ain't like mine. Big dank from the west side. This is my best self. Taking vacations. Hoping the rest helps. Got a career now. Loving what's ahead. My spirit is free from the stuff that I shared.
I feel good now. Ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days. Something to sing about. Let's do it a new way. More than just talk about. Today's a holiday. That's what it's all about. I feel good now. Ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days. Something to sing about. Let's do it a new way. More than just talk about. Today's a holiday. That's what it's all about.
I'm feeling so good now, walking on higher ground. Got out the country, visit some new towns, made some new friends, let go of some bad ones. Soon as that took place, everything got fun. My life started going up, opportunities showing up. I'm back where I wanna be, no headaches and throwing up. Reconnect with the homie, it's positive energy, vibes and wavelengths. It's all about frequency. I'm back with my first love, it feel like the first time. I'm back in the studio, this ain't my first rhyme. I wake up every day, blessed as heavenly. Before I ain't say much, now I got much to say. Raised my credit score, got rid of some past debt. Heard that's attractive, well call me a magnet. Plugged into an outlet, living life outright. All on my Kid Cudi, focusing day and night.
I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about. I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about.
See, my state gets busy, that's the cardinal rule.
being a victim. No, things get hard, you gotta be strong. I've been right there with you. So live your whole truth and be your whole you. Yeah, they can talk behind your back, but they can't hold you. I don't keep my drama or my feelings in a bottle. Take a shot, no drama, just want you to know what I know. It don't last forever, promise it gets better. You've been through the biggest storm, but you can change the weather. Been under pressure, you know my name. Whenever the heat comes, I put out the flame. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. You know my name. Sparkle pushing on the gas. Hey, I've been moving in the fast lane. Don't be looking in the past, cause when you're looking, you get past. Don't get it twisted, I ain't forget. You know I've been through a whole bunch of this shit, cause I put a line on that clock, cause I'm lit. Can't nobody question, I'm legit. I've been on the move, 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 move. Move, make it do what it do. Ain't got nothing to prove. Redefining the cool, hey. I don't keep my drama or my feelings in a bottle. Take a shot, no drama, just want you to know what I know. It don't last forever, promise it gets better. You've been through the biggest storm, but you can change the weather. Been under pressure, you know my name. Whenever the heat comes, I put out the flame. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. You know my name. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Focus on your mission and get to your bag. Get to your bag. Push through the issues you got. And they see you get it, your haters get mad. Focus on your mission and get to your bag. Get to your bag. Push through your issues you got.
Got my mind right again. Did it all in spite of the hate. Every time they said that I can. Nebula, they run through my veins. Every molecule in the strands. Senses feeling some kind of strange. Damn, I think my name's Spider-Man. Jump out the window and swing for the dreams that just might be. Never gonna let go. No, to the man in the mirror look like me. Drifting through the cosmos. Whoa, far away from your lies. I realign all my goals. That's a constellation of mine, yeah. I've been searching, crawling, looking for a way out. I've been hurting, falling, but I think I found my way now. I'm on my own, far from home, lost in space, in my zone. I found these truths, far from you, in my space, in a stellar mode.
Yeah, Ruthie Mo.
WIFTBPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun law giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. It's the final countdown. We got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Don't forget, we're going to be broadcasting live Friday. Ooh, I look so low. We are going to be broadcasting Friday. Live from Obsidian. So I hope that you will join us as we close this thing down. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. My man DJ Riis the Ruler is back today, so it'll be a little bit better order. Yesterday was a little crazy for me, but you know we made it through. So I can't complain. I will not complain. I am grateful for the time that we have had together, and so let me say that on this Tuesday, April 4th, 2023. I'm glad that it is election day because I'm glad for this to be over. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the bombs, the nigga you ain't this and you ain't that and the end of the world and the rebirth of Dr. King and Harold Washington's dream revived and racists and Republicans and all of this stuff. It's just really, it's really worn on me. And I think that I think it's almost poetic. Not poetic. What is it? Divine order that we chose this week to wrap this thing up. Because I'm going to tell you, we are peculiar people. We're peculiar people, and that's not a diss to anybody. That's just we are. But I am in a good space. I'm still having a little tooth issue, so I'm working that out, trying to get it together so the dentist can handle the business. But I'm glad that this election day is over. So look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. DJ Riis the Ruler back from vacay. Man, I seen that party bus. I was like, oh. DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. How you feeling today?
Blessed by the best, man. That was that was the worst vacation I ever been on.
What?
Man, let me tell you. I almost missed my flight getting there. Missed my flight getting back. I had to pay $800 to come home last night.
Why you have to pay $800? Why you ain't just
Couldn't. The next flight didn't leave until today, and it wouldn't get me back here until like 6 p.m.
Who? What? Who was you flying?
It's spring break. Everybody was booked.
Oh, and, right. You went to a hot spot too.
So, I was reunited. Yeah, man. I didn't even get in. I probably had like an hour's sleep.
Dang, you took the red eye?
We took the last flight.
That's the red eye.
They got us in at like a little bit at like a little bit after midnight, and then my sister came and got us. So by the time
O'Hare?
Mm-hmm.
She love you. She came to O'Hare, she love you.
Yeah, so yeah, man, just
Riis, but that party bus, man, I'm telling you, was it the flights that was made it the worst?
Yeah, that's what it was. It was all right in Arizona, but it was a terrible flight. I don't even want to go on vacation with nobody no more. Like, I just want to go by myself. Everywhere I go.
Don't do that.
Just by myself.
Don't do that. 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 Sometimes the ladies move a little slow, Riis. It's all good.
I know. Hey, man, never leave your faith in somebody else's hand, man.
There it go. There it go.
But then you'd be $800 short.
You had to pay for both of them, too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. See, and I'm going to just tell you. Just think. You ain't sent me no hours before you left.
Listen.
I just guesstimated.
Yep, and that's what it was, too. I know he got to come home. That's what it was, too.
Well, I'm glad. Well, at least, Riis, you ain't sent me no hours before you left, so I ain't know what I was going to do, but I'm glad that I.
Yeah, and that was so crazy. I was looking like, oh, snap, man. Yeah, man.
And I think I rounded up, because I know we had some days off and everything.
Short-lived. Don't worry about it. You gave it to United.
No, I gave it to you. You gave it to United.
United that line. Thanks you. But like I said, it's good, though. Glad to be back, man. Yeah.
Hey, man, count your blessings. Let me tell you what. I told you about the time I was in Zimbabwe.
Nah.
And I flew from Zimbabwe and the ticket machine was broke. So they don't have Zimbabwe. No, it's not hot coffee. It's hot tea. I was flying from Zimbabwe. And when I flew from Zimbabwe, Riis, I got stuck. So Zimbabwe is off the grid and they're off the map and they're not on the international joint. So the fact of the matter is, Riis, gave me a ticket. They hand wrote my ticket to get on from Zimbabwe to South Africa. And then when I got to South Africa, I missed my connecting flight. And because Zimbabwe is off the international grid, they don't have that flight. You miss your flight, you get the next one. Yeah. So I land in Johannesburg, South Africa. I get to customs. I'm like, I missed my flight. So, I'm like, okay, well, let me just transfer. They're like, sir, I'm sorry. You can't. So now I'm sitting there panicking because my travel party flew home before me. I was planning on going to Paris first and then coming home. And then because I missed my flight, Reese, I wound up in a place where, because I missed my flight, I wound up, like the airport was closing, the customs was closing, so they were like, sir, I don't know what you're going to do, but you got to leave here. So now imagine being in South Africa. They kick you out of the airport. They make me walk all the way around to come into the entrance. Reese, it took, you said 800? What you want to bet? How much you want to talk about?
You probably pay like 12.
10.
Yeah.
1,000 to come home.
10,000. Like, hold on, you mean like
10,000?
No.
It was like 8,000 to get home. I got the last flight.
You mean like 10,000,000? That is, you know what? That's insane.
Now, check it out, though. Here's the thing. So the thing that you know about Arizona is worst case scenario, Reese. You can rent a car. Now, forget the show. You could drive home.
It was too far.
No, I understand it's too far, but you know you're on the same continent.
I tried to listen to me. I was like, listen to me. If you can give me any flight close to the east. I was like Memphis, Tennessee. I was like Memphis, you know what I'm saying, Nashville. I was just naming any major, St. Louis, Minnesota, Iowa. You just get me on the east, and I can drive home myself. I'm good. It's nothing. There was no flights.
Well, Reese, I'm glad you're home. I'm glad you made it. Shout out to the lady.
9 o'clock, I'm gonna take a nap right there.
That's funny. You ain't gonna go vote? Oh well, you don't have no vote because you ain't transferred over here.
In Forest Park.
All right, man. Well, look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. DJ Riis, the ruler, is back. I'm ready to rock and roll, so we are locked and loaded. Let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. We are up and away. Reese, it is, like I said before, it's election day. I ain't gonna ask you what you think is gonna happen. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. So the mayor's race comes down to it. They say we may not know who the winner is for another 3 to 4 days, depending on what happens tonight because of mail-in votes, etc. So we'll see how that works out. We got the Aldermanic runoffs too, as well, in the city and the suburbs. Don't let me forget. I can't wait to tell y'all. Did I tell y'all that the people from the remember I was talking about those peculiar blocks in Harvey? Did I tell you about the lady sending me, or whoever it was going on Twitter trying to put me on? Then I didn't, remember I said on air I was going to go on the 15th because we couldn't do the 1st?
Yeah, because you already had an event planned out.
Exactly. So how about this? So how about this fool goes on Twitter and is like,
this person?
No, this fool. Write a letter about it. Wrote me a letter, so told me they was going to educate me. So then, Reese, because we didn't come on the 15th, on the 1st, after I said on air I was going to go on the 15th, goes to Twitter, Reese, and it's like, Maze Jackson doesn't really want to understand. He didn't even show up. Now, first of all, that blew the hell out of me. That really blew the hell out of me, Reese. Then, whoever this is going to come in my inbox on Facebook and say, you know what, let me find it, because it really blew the hell out of me. Talking about they need to educate me. Reese, that's probably not the right word choice. Hold on, let me find it.
You gotta let them Twitter fingers go, man.
They
trolls, bro.
Nah, but it was like, my name is Husna, and I'm part of the Harvey community. I saw your interview with Kobe and have many thoughts. I think you could benefit from being educated on about who we are and seeing our community and hospitality firsthand. These elections are far from the us versus them narrative that you seem to portray. Please join us for a community dinner this upcoming Saturday. We think you will greatly benefit. We would love to show you what we're about. My response was, I don't need your education. Now, if you want some dialogue, you can have some dialogue. But I think it was funny because I didn't think about it, but then I put this shirt on today. It's my us versus them shirt. So anyway, I just think that when people send that stuff, they ain't interested in no real dialogue. They just want to tell you. They want you to sit and listen.
That's why I told you last time. I told you they want you to sit and listen, and then as soon as you say anything, they will. He just came here to just say his point. He really didn't want to be educated. He really didn't want to listen and see who we became.
I went to Bolingbrook High School in the University of Illinois. I got an education. You gonna educate me? That ain't the way to talk about it. I'd like to build a rapport. Anyway, I'm through with that. So anyway, please make sure. Please make sure that when you are in Harvey today that you vote for Kobe. Please do it. Please do it. And educate them.
I like it.
Vote for Kobe. See, I wasn't even tripping, Reese. Reese, I just gave him an interview. Please, black people in Harvey, go vote for Kobe. Please. Second Ward, Harvey. Go vote for Kobe. Man, I don't know if you were a part of the Maze Jackson show or the Illinois Minati, you gotta listen and read and watch what's going on with this trial. If we didn't have this election, this would be the most blockbuster conversation we've ever heard. These tapes, all of this stuff on tape is crazy, and it's crazy to hear it live in person. So, if you are tuned in, check out the tapes and check out what's going on. It seems like Madigan did talk on the phone. Reese, have you been contacted by any campaigns?
No.
Okay. I feel like I done got something from. I think Brandon Johnson took me off the list because all I got was mail, but nobody called me. I got about 20 calls from the Vallas campaign. I don't know what that was all about, but anyway, that's it. Like I said, it's the end of the road on Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. Did you see the Chicago police have you seen the Chicago police are suing or filed a complaint? They filed a complaint, Reese, against the city because they're housing migrants in the police station. So Wadsworth, don't feel so bad. Wadsworth, do not feel so bad because they are educating. They are putting migrants in the police station. Reese, like they're living in the police station. You think they put them in a cell? How does that work?
It probably depends on the police station and how it's made. Depending on the holding cells. Sometimes they could have like a I forgot, like a community one where like you can fit like 12 in there. So it all depends. But they for surely in the cell. Ain't nowhere else to go. You either a worker or you a prisoner in there. So,
ooh, all right. Reese, your boy going to jail today, or not going to jail, going to trial today.
Who going to trial today?
Trump.
Let's go.
You think
he's gonna be on trial and running for president? He a bad man.
Yeah, he is a bad man. I mean, he like this is the only person this helps. And then, did you see UConn won the NCAA?
That's right.
I was for San Diego State. Shout out to my boy Tracy Dildy from King High School, who played at San Diego State from years and years and years ago when King was a powerhouse. But Reese, the problem was I enjoyed the women's game more than I did the men's game.
Oh, not you. Hold on.
I said it. And I never thought I'd admit that. But that game was off the chain. And I love Black Girl Magic, and I love that swag, and I love the hypocrisy of it all.
It was unclassy, like, all right. So I want you to know that it was unclassy. It's not a competitive spirit.
Reese, we're gonna talk about that in a minute, okay? Plus, the black man running for mayor in the city of Naperville. Can you believe that? Naperville got a black man running for mayor. Now I don't think he got a chance of winning.
That's what they said about the mayor of Aurora. He black, ain't he? Look.
No, they didn't say that about him. He won. You talking about Richard Irvin? No, Richard Irvin ran like 3 times, and so on the third time, the main mayor retired. So it'll be interesting to see. I just think that, and I don't know, man. Maybe it's that whole thing that I'm outdated politically and don't realize it. So we know that the mayor of Naperville. There's 2 people running for mayor in Naperville. One of them is a black man. That would be crazy to see. All right, Reese, those are my headlines today. We got a lot to talk about, so I want to do this. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to get into the social media question of the day. Plus, we're going to welcome all the people from WBGX, and on top of that, we're going to say happy birthday. This will not be an extended version of the happy birthday song because I ain't got it today. But I'm going to make sure that we give everybody a happy birthday love. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 AM. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. We out of here. Peace.
My name is Cassandra J. Matz, your candidate for Village Trustee of Olympia Fields. I've been a resident of Olympia Fields for 30 years. I believe in building strategic partnerships, establishing governance boundaries, and have and will continue to dedicate my life work as a respected and credible voice when it comes to decision making. Olympia Fields has always been a community of familiarity and comfort, and I want to make sure the village stays that way. On April 4th, vote for me, Cassandra J. Matz, for your Olympia Fields Village Trustee. Paid for by Citizens for Cassandra J. Matz.
Democratic leaders are endorsing Paul Vallas. Alderman Sophia King says,
Paul Vallas is a pro-choice Democrat who will protect our values.
Senator Dick Durbin added,
we can count on Paul to strengthen Chicago's economy and create good-paying jobs.
Jamal Green says,
Paul Vallas will deliver for all Chicagoans.
Alderman Tabarez added,
Paul Vallas will make sure we not only have more police, but better policing and real accountability.
Secretary White says,
Paul Vallas will bring our city together and collaborate to solve problems.
With Chicagoans struggling with rising taxes, prices, and interest rates, leading Democrats are endorsing Paul Vallas because he has a real economic plan that creates jobs. 1. Reclaim vacant properties and invest to revitalize the South and West Sides. 2. Provide low-interest loans for small businesses that create jobs. 3. Bring every community into the budget process so no one is left behind. Paul Vallas, the only Democrat running for a stronger economy and safer streets.
Paid for by Vallas for mayor.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leading me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:38 a.m. I am Reese the Ruler with your Chicago sports, traffic, and weather update. As it over to sports, the UConn man get the job done as they win the men's NCAA tournament against San Diego State 76-59. As we head over to traffic on the Kennedy, inbound to O'Hare will be 36 minutes. Outbound from O'Hare will be 18 on the Eatons. From Deerfield to the Exchange will be 37 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 28. The Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 44 minutes. 46 minutes back out to Thorndale, while the Stevenson is 53 minutes. 355 to the Dan Ryan, 35 outbound. The Bishop Ford, 32 minutes. I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 27 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 17 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive, everything is locked in at 8 minutes. Today's weather, it is currently 42 and raining. Today will be a high of 67 with a low of 41. I'm Reese the Ruler. It's election day here on the Maze Jackson Show.
Oh yeah, come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis to rule on the ones and twos. And it's about that time we say welcome to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. Shout out to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. You can catch us every day, Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8 on the Maze Jackson Show right there at 1570 AM. Or you can listen to us on the TuneIn app. On the TuneIn app, right? You can go to the Google Play Store or to the App Store where you can then download the app, put in 1570 AM, and then you too can listen to the Maze Jackson Show, like Sister Zakia and Big John Austin. Speaking of Big John Austin, Big John was the night ghost, so he stopped by with a check, slid it under the door, and then wrote a note that said, I'm typing this letter to say thank you for all that you mean to me. For the last 3 years you've been on 32nd Street doing the Maze Jackson Show, I've learned to love myself and be proud of who I am as well as other black people. I've learned to analyze this political game because of you and staff. I see how others use us for their political advantages. I thank you for the university experience on politics. Thank you. This little gift is to help close out the radio station's remaining bills, etc. I'm not rich by no means, but I believe in what God is doing for you to do for us. He'll replace my little funds with so much beloved feeling that you have for his people. Signed, John Austin. John, I gotta tell you, man, I love you, brother. I appreciate you infinitely, and you have consistently always been at the forefront. So thank you. Thank you to everybody who's contributed. Thank you to everybody who has put something in on the Maze Jackson Show. So I just needed to read John's letter. I made it. It's official yesterday, Reese. I put it on Facebook that Friday's it. We're going to talk about it, though, because can I say something, man? And I was going to cook this brother, but I'm not going to cook him, but I am going to talk about it just a little bit. You know, yesterday I was having a tough time writing that post, right? Just saying that it's going to be over. And it was really wonderful to read the comments and all the people and the thank yous and all of that stuff. And then you know what, Reese? Our brother, Gator Bradley, decided that he wanted to take my post and hijack it and start turning it into the Brandon Johnson post. And, you know, for me, it's just like, man, I just wanted to say you know what I'm saying? You want to put your thing out there and then talk about some don't flatter yourself. I was like, brother, why you got to use my post to promote your thing, right? Do your thing. Go out. I try to show everybody love all the time. But today is my day. Right? This is the little post. Then another reason. We got to restore some order. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. But look, we're going to talk about that because I've been seeing all types of stuff and everybody talking about the day after this and the day tomorrow. But can I tell you something? Who cares about the day after if you was effed up last night? Right? I keep telling y'all, stop with the whole disrespecting of people to the point where you are going to make irreparable damage. But we're going to talk about that because this Brandon Johnson thing, to me, the way that certain people are operating, it's clear that they don't have any political acumen. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, Gator, I would have appreciated you just say, you know, your thing and then move on. But you don't come putting all tagging and posting videos and other people's stuff on my, what, huh? Anyway, shout out to the sinners and the early rising saints of the that check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Thank you very, very, very much. You know, I was out on Saturday, Reese, and somebody was telling you, I watch your show every day. Veronica. And she was like, I said, where you watching on Facebook, YouTube? She said, Twitch. I said, really? I never talk to the people on Twitch. So shout out to the 4 people that watch us on Twitch every day. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis, the ruler, on the ones and twos. Riis, I'm not all the way in birthday mode because I can't get my super birthday on, but I am going to get the birthday on. So why don't you do this? Let's say happy birthday. Now, I missed the happy birthday song yesterday because that wasn't in the thing, right? So people was acting a little crazy. I don't got that, but I'm sorry for y'all that did not get your birthday. Some of y'all texting me like, yo, put my birthday on today. Some of y'all did not pop up on my birthday list, so obviously we're not Facebook friends, so you don't have it listed, but that's okay. I'm going to say happy birthday to everybody that is out there who is rocking with the Maze Jackson Show. So it is that time where we do the happy birthday song. It's the happy birthday to you and you, but I got to say your name first. Happy birthday.
Another one.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Shout out to Amy LaWinter Dubinsky. Gotta give her a big shout out. Amy was one of the first people to believe in the Universal Maze Jack Enterprises company, and made us a national company, Riis. Put us in 28 markets around the country. 28. Representing Ringling Brothers, Disney on Ice, the whole you dig. And can I tell you what? Disney on Ice, Ringling Brothers, Monster Jam, multiple shows. We got that contract over 20 years ago, and we are still rocking with them. So happy birthday to Amy LaWinter Dubinsky. Shout out to Zelda Robinson. Mustafa. Y'all, his name on here is Mustafa Rocks, but his name is, here is Mustafa Abdullah, but he's better known as Mustafa Rocks, the DJ. Shout out to Nikki Voss, U of I, and all the way down in Springfield. Shout out to Parrish Reed, member of Phi Beta Sigma. Big shout out to Mario Kuntz, whose birthday he texted me, and Donald Buster Woods. Donald Buster, your name wasn't on my list, but I saw you texted this morning, put it on the group chat this morning, so I put it in there for you. So I want to tell all y'all happy birthday. I'm so happy for y'all to celebrate. That's right, another one, and another, and another, and another, and another, because it's your birthday. 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 Turn it up, Riis. It's your birthday. Your birthday. Come on, birthday. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's your birthday. Yeah, yeah. Birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday today. It's your birthday. Hey, it's your birthday. Hey, it's your birthday. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday to you. To you. To you. To you. 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 Woo, woo, birthday to you. Yeah. It's your birthday. It's your birthday, yay, to you, to you. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Birthday. It's your birthday today. It's your birthday today. Yeah, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to all y'all. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I can't help myself. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Bring it up. 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 Happy. Happy. What? Happy. Happy. Happy birthday. What? Happy birthday. Yay. Yay. Yeah. Happy birthday to you. To you, to you. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Another one.
It's your birthday today. Happy birthday, y'all. I couldn't give it to y'all the way I wanted to give it to y'all because I'm feeling away, but I'm still going to make it today. So anyway, happy birthday to everybody who is celebrating a birthday today. We appreciate y'all. All right. Reese, I hear my song in the background, so it must mean that we are blowing up on a Tuesday in the club. On a Tuesday, we blowing up on a Tuesday. Yeah, man, you know how I was watching Jay Ivy. You know, Jay Ivy, when I saw him on Sunday, he'd tell the band to go down. And then he'd be like, then you can see him be like, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. When one of the things I'm going to do when I'm in my retirement, I'm going to go on tour, Reese. I'm going to do a Mays Jackson tour. And I'm going to have me a live band. And I'm going to talk my stuff over a live band.
She just open up for whoever is up that city. She just open up for them.
Well, like speaking of that, we got Park and Ride this Saturday. So I don't know if y'all know Park and Ride, but they are off the chain. They'll be rapping with us on Saturday night. So if you are not a member, join the club. Join Obsidian. Go to obsidianchicago@gmail.com. I see some of y'all in the box already, so I'll send y'all back y'all information. Don't forget, we got the rescheduled on April 22nd, and y'all are getting fired up for that. If you had tickets before, those tickets will be honored as well. All right, y'all. Yeah. All right, Reese. So I want to apologize to you, Reese.
About what?
I want to say I'm sorry.
What happened?
My bad.
It's going to be funny.
You were right.
Nah, I know this is funny now. I know this is
Reese, I watched my first women's basketball game. And that women's basketball game might have been one of the most exciting games that I watched. Now, I don't know, Reese, if it was because I turned on the game and I didn't have the volume up. Right? So, it was the classic matchup of Black Girl Magic versus the Karens. It was like shout out to my man Christopher Devine and the Karens.
That girl, I ain't gonna lie, that looked like a little baby Steph out there. What's her name?
Oh, you gotta call her Steph now. Why can't she be the Joker or something? Let her be.
She ain't shooting like that. Because she shoot like Steph. She was out there.
Hey Reese, here you go with that Eminem bullshit.
I'm just telling you, that girl was pulling that. She was, and yeah, she was shooting that thing. Most points in the women's, in a men's or women's tournament, most threes in the tournament. She was doing her thing out there. But I knew they was gonna lose though. I knew they was gonna lose. It was just too much over there. Just too much.
Let me tell you, Reese. So you see, man, this the problem, right? See, this is why you can't do this. And this is how we got here. So, Reese, I was going to apologize, but then you did it. So now I'm taking it all back. Because you want to give a white girl more props.
Nah.
But shout out to Angel Reese. And what's the young lady with the blonde hair that was looked like Ice Spice? Who hit all the shots in the first half? Had 21 points in the first half? Look, Reese. Now, I think the thing that made the game so exciting to me was how in the world did Iowa get an all-white basketball team?
How in the world did who?
Iowa.
Okay, next question.
Okay. Was that intentional?
Certain.
Did they just want quality players, with good backgrounds?
No, but you do, certain programs, you tend to see more of a dominant type of culture than others. Like if you ever watch football, you look at Bama, you don't really see too many white guys, but if you might go to Iowa or Notre Dame or something, you may see, what I'm saying? So it really all depends on sometimes the school, and you can tell. So yeah,
Iowa football got black players. But anyway, an all-white basketball team was pretty interesting to me. So obviously Riis, and I'm gonna stop being a race man shortly, but turn the volume on, and then I was like, oh yeah, let's get it. Riis, I enjoyed the game so much that I was hollering, I was snapping. So was like Carrie don't even watch women's basketball. We both was like, let's go. Riis. And so, and I feel like, there's so much that went on with that. They was like, Riis, they was pointing at, what's this mean? I thought it meant I got a ring or I'm getting a ring. You can't see me?
Like you ain't on my level. Like ain't on
Get on my level. Get on my level. Get on my level. You can't even. So, first of all, when the white people be doing the black people moves, I already got an issue. So then when she do it to a black person, then I really got an issue. Then when Angel Riis did it, I was like, go on, girl, get it. Now, Riis, can we be clear that LSU dominated Iowa? Dominated them? Yes. But just like I watched the game from a racial perspective, so do white people. And I feel like there was white hope that like they thought that Iowa was going to be like, we are. And they weren't. And, I saw all the famous people in the stands. And you know who was there? The president's wife.
Yeah.
So she was at the game. She was kicking it, right? She was, they kept showing it. I was wondering who she was rooting for. Or really, I shouldn't have been. So Riis, when LSU won, they was like, give me my stuff. Where my ring, where my hat, where my flag, where my mama, I want it all. And then, Riis, you know what happens when you win a national championship? You're supposed to go to Disney World, and then you're supposed to go to the White House. Now, I ain't going to talk about the difference in how they talked about all of those people, like how when the white girl did the, you ain't on my level, you ain't on my level, it was swag. Because white people love to see white people do black people stuff. Like when a white person could, y'all know y'all love a dancing white person. Y'all, black people be like, woo! And white people be like, oh, you could do it? You know how to do the running man? You mean you know how to do the I don't know all them TikTok dances. But anyway, but I was cool. Because I was like, white people going white. Then Riis, the ultimate diss came to me. Riis. Isn't the White House trip traditionally for the people who win the game?
It is.
So explain to me why when the white team lost, the white lady says, well, let's cancel the rules and let's just invite everybody. Now, I got to tell you that blew the hell out of me. Angel Riis whooped, she demolished the Great White Hope. It was the ultimate display of black and white. The president, the first lady invited Iowa to come to the White House too. That's why I said why. So now, Riis, the question that I have today. So why don't you hit the button, because I'm ready.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Should the LSU Tigers, with Lady Tigers, go to the White House? I got to open up the phone lines. Open up the phone lines. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. At first I was going to ask Riis, should the Hawkeyes go? But the reality is, I want to know, should the LSU Lady Tigers go? Because Joe Biden.
He probably forgot. He probably don't even know who won.
You talking about Joe. I'm talking about his wife.
Uh-oh.
So his wife went home and said, so the first lady said she wants Iowa to come. It seems like that waters down the rewards of the benefits of being a champ. It's like the Iowa people being like, we're going to get a ticker tape parade after losing. It's the epitome of a participation trophy, but I feel like it's also racially tinged. And so give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Should the Lady Tigers go to the White House if Iowa goes? Chris Devine in here talking about, yeah, they're going to the White House. For what? To say we was running up? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Riis, should they go? Do you think that do you think that the Lady Tigers should go if Iowa comes?
I think the Lady Tigers should. They should go. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. It is kind of, you know. Weird,
are they dumping on their moment though? Like, you gotta walk through there and you gotta know that the people you whooped is getting treated the same way as you. You whooped.
That's cool, you know what I'm saying. But they actually here for sympathy, you know what I'm saying.
White sympathy, white tears.
Yeah, so they actually here for that. But you know, we're here as the champion, and we're going to give championship speeches here. I mean, but yeah, it's kind of messed up. It definitely is, because like you said, the winner is supposed to get it, not the runner up. But I'll go. I have me some nice T-shirts, probably saying, I guess they just passed out participation trophy.
They're gonna be like, see,
I would have me something real cool on my shirt, and that's I'd
be like, F the Hawkeyes, and you too, Joe.
So, see what they college students and trying to get drafted, so they they can't do nothing like that. Then they be like, these players are bad players.
But I mean, think about what that says, though, Riis. Like that.
See, but the problem is now what they have set up for now is you got to almost invite both the teams forever, because let's just say LSU go back and they lose to all white team, and now you don't invite LSU to next.
Do you think she would have invited LSU if Iowa would have won? Iowa would have won?
Oh, probably not. Probably not. You know what? She told me I ain't gonna steal my silverware, so you know.
I don't know, man. I just,
so like it's more of a bigger issue next year. So, next year, what they have
Joe
to
Biden
see,
ain't the president, but go ahead.
What is it?
Yeah, he'll be the president. No, well, yeah. The election start.
Yeah, right. It will start next year in November. So that's the issue. Like, if it's not the same, if a black team loses and the finals, is gonna be like, all right, well, why they didn't go? So that's the
when they're gonna be like, because they didn't win.
And then they're going to bring that up. I wouldn't win.
Just like they bring slavery up. Just like they bring, like, hey, Joe, I just don't think they should go. Like, if I was, and like if I was their coach, and I mean, I understand respecting the flag and respecting the honor and privilege, but there is a benefit to winning. And if you take away that benefit to win, then what are people playing for? If I get the same thing as the loser, why? What you gonna do? We want to honor the Lady Hawkeyes for being runners up, for being the great white hope, for proving that white people could play basketball too. What's the proclamation? What is the president saying?
I want to give
nothing beats a try but a fail.
No, he comes up there and he says something. We sitting up here with two great
Wait, on this, if they come on the same stage, I'm sorry, you can't even. That's like saying, okay, we're gonna give away the trophy, and y'all can stand on the stage with us.
They would, to me, if I was with LSU, they would have to come the same day I come, and I would want that to give them a separate day like me. Now that right there, I don't want you to have a separate day, because that right there crazy. But you can come with me, on the same day. And, like I wouldn't mind looking at the opponents I destroy. I'd probably be watching it all on YouTube.
Yeah, but then they'll be talking about, look at the classless black ladies. Right? I mean, I just think
classless than our ringless, so it's okay.
Riis,
see, that's right there. I'd rather be classless than ringless. That's all you got.
I'd be like this.
That's what you got. That's the slogan. LSU, I'd rather be classless than ringless.
Oh. So I don't know. And give us a call, 872-259-7474.
Get him after the break.
Huh? We get him after the break. All right, let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back after these messages. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
My name is Jacqueline Anderson Howes. I was a CPS teacher and principal on the West Side. People don't remember how bad things were before Paul Vallas took over Chicago's schools. We didn't have enough classrooms, so Paul built schools on the South and West Sides. He kept schools open on weekends and all summer, and test scores went up. I was there. Paul Vallas turned our schools around. As mayor, he would turn our city around. Paid for by Vallas for mayor.
My name is Emma Mitz, Alderwoman of the 37th Ward and chair of the Westside Black elected officials. I represented the Westside on the City Council for over 20 years, and I have one question for Brandon Johnson. Brandon, where have you been? As County Commissioner, you haven't helped organize the community, make our streets safer, or get us the investment we need. That's why I'm supporting Paul Vallas for mayor. Paul will keep schools open after hours and all summer to give kids safe alternative to gang violence. As mayor, Paul will make sure nobody gets left behind in the budget process, reclaiming vacant properties to revitalize the South and West Side and set up low-interest loans to help homeowners and small business to create jobs. The West Side needs a mayor we know will deliver for us. We know Paul Vallas will be a mayor for all of Chicago.
Paid for by Vallas for Mayor.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breaching security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater, but she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history, all because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gon' tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to certain rights we are not granted. The media's the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narrative. It's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wildin' with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution Revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism.
Terrorism.
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't toast no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Mays and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressed to solve them.
Wake up, world. This is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, to rule on the ones and twos. And Riis, I know it's election day, so we're going to talk about that in a minute. But really, y'all, give me a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Riis, I think my girl Angel Reese said she ain't going.
Yeah, that's pride. That's pride talking, and I hope that she can. And that's an understood pride, but that's a young pride, and I hope that somebody can say it's it's okay. We gonna be treated unfair today, tomorrow, to 20, 30, 100 years from now, we still gonna be mistreated. So don't let that ruin your opportunity of a lifetime. You guys, you girls fought. You was the underdogs. You made it, So go up there and enjoy this moment. Because they trying to taint it. So enjoy it. Man, they want you.
Man, I'd be like, could y'all throw us a Mardi Gras parade in New Orleans? I think it would be a bigger statement for them not to show. I mean, I think white America would be enraged and be like, how terrible. But I just think that.
What color is Louisiana? Red or blue?
Red.
Nah, they ain't doing that.
What? Oh, yeah, but New Orleans is black than the mud.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me.
Right. So I'd be like, look, let's have a black girl magic parade. I just don't think they should go and accept that. Like,
it's hard to say no. That's the opportunity probably never happen again.
I guess my thing is, what, they'll never have another opportunity to be dissed by the White House?
No, I'm not saying that.
To be minimized by the White House?
I'm not saying never, but those opportunities don't come as often. So, go ahead and just get your flood. It's just a moment. So, it is messed up, but just please just go.
Don't go.
No, you got to go.
Don't go, ladies.
And what's that's going to prove?
Man, Joe Biden going to be standing up there with a second place team.
What to do.
Okay, well, good. They're going to be standing up there with a second place team looking like I also ran. Like, so you couldn't get the A team, so you had to take you couldn't get the winners, so you had to take the losers. Why couldn't you get the winners, Joe? Because because my wife decided that the Karens outweighed me. They're going to have a Karen convention. Oh, ladies, you all did the same.
Both teams did really
Those
good.
black girls. No, but there's only one winner, Reese. Reese, there's one winner. This is why I'm not mad at now, Florida is tripping out right now, but have you heard about they doing in Florida that they're trying to do now?
About what?
They're trying to ban participation trophies.
Yeah, I did see that.
I think that's a great thing.
It is.
I think it's a great thing.
It is.
There's like, because it's like this whole thing of, I feel like it is we still got us. And if we have to put the finger on the scale, we ain't never letting the black girls outweigh our, I ain't even go here. But I hope they don't go. And I hope that, like, now, the people that I feel like, let's say if you ain't going on to the league, you ain't finna be nothing. Like, and I feel like in solidarity as a team, y'all just don't go. I just don't go. What y'all think? Go or don't go? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. If you call us at any point during the day, you got to tell us whether LSU Lady Tigers should go or don't go, regardless of the comment. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. All right, Reese. It's the day, man. It is election day. Although, it's probably election week. Reese, you don't think it's going to be election week? Look, y'all. Y'all don't want to hear Reese commentary. Reese the Republican. Anyway, I got to tell you, this has been probably the most exhausting mayoral. This might be the most exhausting election that I've ever seen or participated in. And it may be the most racially charged election that I've seen since Harold Washington. And I gotta be honest with you, it's wearing on me. And so today I'm just glad, regardless of who wins, that it's going to be over. I'm tired of my TV being dominated by these commercials. I'm tired of the memory of Harold Washington being evoked. Reese, I got to tell you, I don't know if I said this before, but I feel like this is the reverse Bernard Epton campaign. You know who Bernard Epton was? The Before It's Too Late. I feel like not the other side. I feel like this is the Before It's Too Late campaign for black people, sort of. Without the actual work. So, Reese, if I was to compare and contrast this race, I'm going to go through some of the things that we would say are the comparisons. The teachers versus the police. Although I think that Paul Vallas has done a lot to try to downplay his relationship with the police community. While I think that Brandon Johnson has done everything to connect himself to the teachers. Right? As a matter of fact, he said being a teacher makes him most qualified. There was a debate about black. He also said black labor versus white wealth. Now, I feel like that is really the title of Dr. Claude Anderson's book that was taken out of context. But I think that it is going to be used to shape this narrative in the book. I think this is a national versus a local election. I think that Mr. Johnson has brought in all of the national players from the progressive movement, from Bernie Sanders to the Squad to the preachers I ain't never heard of, to mayors I ain't never heard of, the people from all around the country trying to tell us, well, not trying to tell us, supporting Brother Johnson. Versus Paul Vallas, who seems to have built up the local relationships, right? Like he is, in my estimation, Brandon has locked down all of the national stuff. Paul Vallas has locked down the local. I think it's socialism versus disgruntled Democrats in the space. And I think it's young and progressives versus older and more conservative voters. And I think that this has been probably the most exhausting thing that I've seen. And so I want you to give me a call, 872-259-7474. First of all, I'm still trying to make my decision. And so I'd ask you all, because I have not decided, and I got to go in the polling place. I'm an old school guy. I tend to lean. I really am from the world where I'm from Chicago, where we don't want nobody that nobody sent. And so I got to be honest with you. I'm conflicted. Which is why I remain undecided in this space. But it's often, as I've learned, the devil you know versus the devil you don't. I think we did the devil you don't with Lori Lightfoot. And I think when I see all of these national players coming into Chicago, I'm on the wrong chord too. I feel away, Reese. When I see the white kids riding through my neighborhood on bicycles, spray painting signs, not taking them down, but spray painting them, I think of anarchy, the anarchists. You know what it made me think of, Reese? Did I tell y'all about the time during the uprisings and the white boys was climbing on the buildings downtown, spray painting Black Lives Matter on buildings, and I was like, now y'all about to get a whole bunch of black people whooped up. Because y'all ones with the spray paint. Reese, I want to know who wins. Who do you think's going to win? And will this race cause irreparable damage in the black community? I must tell you, Reese, that as I have watched the language go back and forth between black people, I want y'all to keep me out these damn group texts. I do. Because I be like, I think that some real feelings about people have been exposed. And it's so funny to me because we are willing to throw our relationships away lifelong relationships, because I've been seeing some of the stuff that I've been seeing in the space. I'm going to tell you, you would make me spend some, like, I'm glad it has never been directed at me. Let me just say that. Because if it was me, Riis, you know how, you know Petty Mays? I probably would stay on the radio just to cook people. Just to expose them, just to throw their dirty laundry out in the world. But fortunately, I haven't been involved in that mess. But Riis, I got to tell you, man, I think Chicago is truly at a crossroads. I've come to the summation. Y'all gonna be mad at me. That I now question Harold Washington. I now question all of those so-called freedom fighters. Riis, I was watching some old videos yesterday, and I was thinking about all of the big speeches that happened after Harold Washington died, and all the people that was getting called Uncle Toms and Coons and all of that stuff. And you know what I saw, Riis? If you looked at those same people 5-7 years later, they all went to Daly. But we had bitter fights that 30 years later are playing out today. And so I want y'all to give me a call, 872-259-7474. I'm happy to hear from all sides who you're voting for. What has made your decision? You know, I would tell you that I was a race man, but in my new life, I'm not going to be a race man. Because I have recognized that the most vile things that have been said or done to me, with the exception of those letters, have generally come from black people. The same black people that I would stand up for, the same black people that purport to be about blackness, but would allow a difference of opinion on a candidate to throw all of your blackness out the window. And so I don't know, Riis. So, you know, I've been circulating around in this space for a long time. And one of the things that I think about is we're fighting each other over someone that's never been in a fight with us. Both people never been in a fight with us. They've been fighting their own fights. And so why would people who have positive working relationships or have reached a time where we've stopped calling names? Riis, when I used to start this show, I used to wake up every morning and I used to talk about the table flippers and the table jumpers and all of that stuff. And I recognized that that was because we had a lack of an ecosystem. And so people were fighting for their space within that ecosystem. And the best way to do that, because we haven't been taught politically, and we got a lot of people who talk politics but don't really know politics, I just don't know what to do. And so give us a call, 872-259-7474. Who are you voting for? If you're willing to tell us, and tell me why. I'm trying to make a decision. Maybe I'll make a decision before the end of this show, but I would need your help to make it. So if you are a Brandon Johnson supporter, give us a call. Tell us why you're voting for Brandon. And here's what I'd love for everybody to do, right? I'd love to have the conversation based on issues and policies, minus name calling. Is that possible? Is it possible to articulate why an undecided voter? Now, I want y'all to understand this is an exercise. I want to try and get y'all right before I get up out of here. But I'd like this as an exercise to find out who are black people going to vote for without using inflammatory language. Like, persuade me. Persuade me to vote for Paul Vallas, or tell me why. Tell me why you're voting for Brandon Johnson. And take out the hyperbole. Take out all of the racist. Because I gotta be honest with you, man. Yeah, racism is only an issue when it's convenient. And no matter who wins, 80% of the people that are involved will be sitting up trying to make a relationship with whoever is the mayor. So give us a call, 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. You, Andre Howard, you're going to get a black lobbyist because that's what I'm going to do. But caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. We got any calls up there, Riis? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up? First of all, you got before you hold on. Before you answer this question, should LSU go? If Iowa goes, should the LSU Lady Tigers go to the White House? Who that?
This Ness, bro. This Ness.
Nasty Ness. What up, dog? Hey, Ness, I know you be tired of coming to the joint, me saying you got to perform, but you know you got to get on the wheels. You got to get on the you got to get up there on Friday. And I know you're going to probably say, man, I got to work. We probably going to China today, or we going to Aruba. Hey, Joe, I expect to see you on Friday. And I'm going to be like, I needed some. All right, don't make me act up if you want to. Friday, what your name is, I'm going to be all in y'all business if I don't see you. All right, what's up, Ness? How you feeling, doggy?
I'm good, man. How you feeling, bro?
Hey, man, I'm ready to get up out of here, dog. I'm tired.
Hey, congratulations, man. Best of luck to you on all the endeavors. You know, you got our support. Whatever road you choose, man, if you need some aid and assistance, man, we there, bro.
Thank you, brother.
I got one simple question, man. If let's say Iowa and this Caitlin superhero they making her out to be won this game, you think Jill Biden would have invited LSU as a second runner-up to the White House?
Say that one more time for the people in the back.
Iowa would have won the national championship, and this Caitlin girl was a hero all across the board, like they plastering her up to be now. Do you think Jill Biden would have sat up and be like, "Oh, let's invite the Tigers as a runner-up to the White House"?
Nah, shit, man, I want them all up in my house. No way. Leaving they weave behind, running around here with their eyelashes, talking smack. Nah, they ain't gonna have up there.
Nails. So if we know the answer to that, why are we even entertaining the fact of going to the White House as winners, and allow it a second? Never in my life have I seen a second runner-up get invited to a White House for nothing. If you could name me a time, cool. I recant my statement. I shut my mouth. I've never seen a runner-up go to the White House. The NBA championship, when the teams went, did the people who lost, did LeBron James go to the White House when the Warriors won? No. Did the Warriors go to the White House when LeBron James won that 1 out of 3? No. So I don't see why. Look, this is what they doing, man. They whitewashing this championship. They're trying to water it down for LSU. I've never seen the media try to overshadow a championship that was won with sportsmanlike conduct. That's exactly what's going on right now. They trying to use this girl. She the player of the year. She just scored all these points. She's so classy, this, that, and the third. She been over. I done seen her in the headlines more than Riis.
Man, the only thing you've seen with Riis in the headlines is that hand gesture.
Yeah, the hand gesture. But nobody said when Caitlin did the hand gesture against South Carolina, when she waved off one of the players when they was at the three-point line, like, oh, she's weak, she ain't gonna shoot. When she told another player, you down by 15, shut up. Oh, but all that is out the window. But yeah, she's a classy, upstanding player, and more girls should look up to her. Man, whatever. This Caitlyn Jenner, whoever
not
she
Caitlyn
is,
Jenner.
She can get on somewhere. Yeah, it's blowing me at this point. And as far as this voting, man, I'm sitting at the pond with my fishing rod right now. I don't know who I'm gonna vote for. What I would suggest though, all these telephone numbers that's been texting me out the blue, I don't know how these people got my numbers. They calling me, hitting me up. texting me, sending me all types of voicemails. I'm gonna make sure I lock all these numbers in, because when stuff start hitting the fan, year 2, year 1, and whoever in this messy ain't following what they need to, I'm gonna text them like, can we get this? Can we get that? Can I get you to do this? Can I get you to do that?
Oh, you don't know that text gonna be, you know that's gonna be over. That's gonna be over.
Yeah, I know they gonna block the number.
They turning all them numbers off.
Right. Well, what I would like to use my vote for, if I could, is to do a performance review. Year 1, year 2, I could be like, oh, let me use my vote to see if we can vote this person out because they ain't doing what they supposed to do. That's the only thing I use my vote for at this point, because I don't know who I want to vote for. Like you said, maybe I'll come up with something at the end of the day, but for right now, I'm still fishing, bro. So I'll holler at y'all Friday.
All right. Hey, Ness, don't trip. Better get you. I want a new song, too. So I want the old stuff, but you got to do the morning show. We might have to have you got to be there by 8 o'clock, because you got to at least bring the 8 o'clock hour in. And you know we got some crazy sound now, too. All right, man. That's my man, Ness. On the live line, y'all. Give me a call, 872-259-7474. I'm undecided. And I want to hear who I should vote for from my audience. If you voted for, if you told me, or if you already voted, tell me who you're going to vote for. Riis, you over there making faces, man. We're going to talk about you in a minute. But look, y'all, it's the Mays Jackson Show. What you got for me today, caller?
Hey, Mays, Ron.
Ron, know where you going, Ron. But hold on, before you do that, Ron, should the Lady Tigers go to the White House if Iowa gets an invitation too?
Absolutely not.
That's
the craziest thing I've ever heard. But real quick, if you believe that most solutions are solved, the city solutions are solved by taxes, vote for Brandon Johnson. I've heard Paul Vallas. I talked to him personally. I told you as truth a couple of weeks ago. He believes in using the TIF money to help spur economic growth and development in the black community. He committed to continuing to invest Southwest. He also talked about making loans to black businesses. But more importantly, something that I've been advocating, fighting for probably 30 years, I believe in choice in education. And whenever I have a discussion with people, I find out they don't know anything about it. I just suggest you read Milton Friedman's book, Free to Choose. So now let's get to something else, Mays, real quick. I looked back at article 2018, March 27, Park Forest Inquiry. And it went back over the whole thing, the race between Brandon Johnson and Richard Boykins. So people keep talking about Brandon Johnson has some new ideas. No, he does. This is what happened. And I try to give information where you can go back and read it yourself. He attacked Richard Boykins. See, this is the old thing. Oh, they are Republican. Richard Boykins Republican. Because when they had, first of all, he stood up against the pop tax, and I spoke before the finance committee against it. I was chosen by our organization to speak against that. Now, here's the thing. Richard Boykins suggested eliminate, I think it was 1,000 vacancies. He said instead of raising taxes on people, we can eliminate those positions. If anybody remember, Toni Preckwinkle, who's tied to, no, she ain't tied to the hip. That's who controls Brandon. She said we're going to have layoffs. It's going to affect county government. Guess what? It did not happen. But that's just. But guess what he's still doing now? Paul Vallas is a Republican. Maybe even suggesting when it's clear differences as far as how government, and for me, there's someone that is tired of paying taxes. But lastly, this is what he said. We can charge a county government to corporations. And again, if you get a chance, read that out. At least you'll give some perspective. That was in 2018. Nothing has changed. more government. And I'm the one who pointed out the article, and he said Chicago public school teachers are best suited and fit to govern. I'm a private sector person more than that. So I don't believe necessarily in Chicago public school. That's not to govern. But if people want that, the system they're affiliated with has failed your children. So I don't know what's left to be undecided. But if people want to pay more tax, see, we just got this mindset. Oh, you eliminate government. Richard Boykin was talking about efficiency in government. See, we don't want to hear that. But that's how the private sector works. You have to, and if you don't, guess what? But I don't think people realize more government means you're paying more taxes. Why do you think all these people think black people have left the city only because of crime? It's the taxes also, man. But again, and let me tell you what's more important than that. I don't even have to discuss it anymore. I've discussed it with people, and I'm voting based off of facts and what I believe. But more importantly, the race is not going to be close. The race will be decided, maybe at 8 o'clock, and Paul Vallas will clearly win, and we can go in a different direction. You don't want that Chicago teacher, that guy Mike. I'll never forget. He called your show. He said, I'm part of it. He said, you do not want Chicago Teachers Union, Stacey Davis Gates, and all them near City Hall. But guess what? They will not be. So, I'll call you tomorrow, but I guarantee you that if I were a betting man, this race is not going to be close. Have a good day, man.
See, I like Ron.
Dang, Ron, thank you. You have a good day. I don't know about that, y'all. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. And just so we're clear, have I ever cut off a Brandon Johnson caller? Have I ever discouraged anybody from calling? I don't think so. And so, I hate that. It's like people on one side are pretty strongly opinionated. I'd love to hear from a Johnson callers, and I'd like to take let's assume that most white people are racist or benefit from racism. But I'd like to hear a rational, I'm not scared of the boogeyman. So what I would like is to hear from people who have made a decision and what their decision process is made on. Because I'm still undecided. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Caller, you on the Mays Jackson Show?
Good morning, Mays.
Good morning. Who there?
This is Charmaine.
Hey, Charmaine. Hey, the 22nd. I still ain't seen your ticket price, but it's all good. I ain't gonna.
Okay, I got you. I promise I got you, but listen.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm poll watching, and it's already some shenanigans.
What kind of shenanigans?
Okay, so I'm on the north side. I'm on the north side.
Oh.
I go in the corner to get me some coffee.
Okay.
All of a sudden, I see this dude, the little hipster. He's snatching up Paul Vallas' signs all up the street. So I get back to I'm like, well, why are you taking? He's crushing them and throwing them in the trash. So I'm like, well, why are you throwing out the signs? He said, they're littering. I said, no,
he got
these
that
are
from
100
me.
feet away. Listen, I'm posting the pictures on Committee for a Better Chicago in about 5 minutes. So then all of a sudden, the people from the election board run out because I see them going around the corner, snatching up signs. And there's this whole back and forth about the laws. So everybody pulls out their cell phones and go over what the law is. So he's snatching up Paul Vallas' sign. It's early in the morning.
Now, what ward and what precinct are you working?
It's 44th Ward.
Ooh, you in the mix.
Precinct.
Oh, you in the mix. So that's a battleground for
real. Exactly. So one of the patrons or one of the constituents went inside the polling place and let them know, and they came out here like the police.
So whose side was that? Who was the polling place? Who was the poll watcher side? What, like, can you tell whose side is what?
you kind of could, you know what? Actually, they stayed in the middle. They just really stuck to the laws, and they stayed in the middle. They didn't discuss. But the lady did ask if these were Brandon Johnson, and then I asked again. I said, "Well, if these were Brandon Johnson signs, would you be snatching them up?"
And what he said?
So he kind of started behind that and said, "Oh no, it's littering." But we kind of knew that that's what it was about. But the poll watcher, the election judges just kind of stayed in the middle on it.
Okay, so was it a white person? So was it a white person
Yes,
pulling
it
up the
was.
signs?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Oh, wait.
Yes, it was. And as he was pulling them up, good morning. And as he was pulling them up, another young lady, white woman, walks past and says, "Thank you very much." I was like, okay, I see what this is all about.
Now, what did that white woman look like? Was she a hipster white woman too, or was she an old white woman?
Yeah. No, she was probably about her mid-30s.
Oh, okay. So see, well, that's interesting to me. So when you are in that polling place, what are you seeing? What do you think it is? You think it's a Brandon, or is it split?
I think it's this is Vallas Town. I don't even see a Brandon sign out here.
Really? So you mean they came to invade the area and then tear it down? They got hit.
When I tell you I don't see a Brandon sign, I'm on Broadway and out. What is this? Buckingham. I don't see a Brandon sign nowhere up on the street.
Okay.
Nowhere. I'm in. Yeah. So
well, Charmaine,
this
you
looks
gonna have
like
to.
It's Vallas Town.
Okay, I'm gonna check this out. I want to hear what's going on. So you keep me up. You might have to send me a text or something. Let me know what's going on. We're gonna check back in with you a little bit later, Charmaine. All right. And are you coming to the broadcast on Friday?
Yes, I am. I'm gonna try.
That mean I'm gonna try. That mean I'll see you next year. All right. Thank you, Charmaine.
Bye.
Look, she whispering because she in the polling place. Tell her. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Anybody else on the line? Caller, give us a call, 872-259-7474. I'm undecided, and I'm trying to figure out. I got to make a decision because when I leave here, I'm going to I got to go vote. You know, me and the wife go vote all the time, and so I'm trying to figure out what I should do. Reese, you know what? I don't think I got an invite to both parties. See, this is how you make a person be undecided, but that's okay. I'm going to tell you who sent me an invite and who didn't send me an invite, even though I always invite everybody to my stuff. Caller, it's the Maze Jackson Show. What you got for me?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Who this, caller?
This is, this unknown, the envelope man.
Okay, unknown, the envelope man. What's up, dog? How you feeling? Talk to me. What's going on in the streets? Yeah. But before you say something,
hey, man.
Hold on. Should LSU go to the White House if Iowa gets an invite?
Well, if I was in that position, I would take a stance and say no. I don't care what no one else says. That's just like what them brothers did at the Olympics when they stood up and put their fist up.
Right.
You got to take a stand. And for them to invite the losers, I'm not surprised what Biden's wife did. When Biden is going to Breakfast Club and talking about you ain't black if you don't vote for me, really? And people drunk that tea? Man, ain't no way I'd go to that. They'd be like, well, your scholarship is done. Well, okay, so be it. No, you got to take a stand for that. And regarding the mayor's thing, I'm going to stay quiet on that.
Oh, you chicken. You being a chicken. No, tell me.
I'm just like you.
You undecided like me. You ain't the same kind of undecided I am. Because, if you be decided around here, the Negro, it's tough out here if you make a decision. So, you undecided. Okay, so, well, who's had the most...
Remember, like I told you the other day, if you're doing it from a police fan, you're going to go with Vallas because even though people don't understand Brandon Johnson, what he said in regards to defund the police, that's why so many police are against him. But also at the same token, it's time to take a stand. People say, you go to the candidate that's offering you the most with your demands. If we have demands as a group of people, that's the whole purpose of why you're doing what you're doing as a pack. You got to get a pack. If we had a pack, we wouldn't be in this situation because we know who we'll be putting in office. So here we are. Maybe this will wake us up. Maybe it won't. Only time will tell. But
Man, you
know
see,
how
I
it
don't
goes.
like that cryptic stuff. You ain't gonna tell me who you're leaning towards. Because you anonymous anyway. Don't nobody know. They can't see you. I ain't got a video.
I'm okay. With that, I'm leaning towards the V, man. I seen this poll, not this poll, but this thing the other day that broke down each candidate. They said violence is against the letter people. Violence is against immigration. So when I start hearing things of that sort, that's why I'm leaning towards him. But a lot of people telling me that Brandon is more for our people. I'm trying to understand where and how. But a lot of people I spoke to saying violence is a new dating regime. So that's why I feel undecided.
All right, you sound undecided like me, but I'm gonna stop talking about that. All right, I appreciate your call, Envelope Man. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Anybody else on the line? Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. I want to know. I'm a little undecided. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do when I leave here to go to the polling place. But the question becomes, before we answer that question, I just want you to tell me. Should LSU go? Should the Lady Tigers go to the White House if Iowa goes? Caller, you there?
Good morning, Maze. Good morning.
Good morning, Anthony. How you feeling?
I'm good, and yourself?
All right.
First of all, man, that senator from Iowa. Was that a product of transgender? Did you look
hey, do I got my warning up? Y'all trying to make me go out with a bang, huh? I don't got nothing to do with that. I don't know. I just know she was big boned. What did he say? I'm big boned. She was big boned. That's what we used to say.
Did it cross your mind when you looked at her throwing the elbows and shit like that? Like a dude.
You acting up. So you going to the White House or no?
Am I going to the White House? I don't know, man. I feel a certain kind of way about that too. You know, Jill Biden acting like a Karen now. You know, so I don't know. That's iffy. They're gonna have to put some extra stuff in there for me to go to the White House. I don't know. I might have to, limo all that. You know what I'm saying? Drive me to the front door. I ain't gonna be walking up no driveway, none of that. Anyway, man, about this election thing. And it ain't rocket science, man. Paul Vallas, let me say it like this. One candidate come in there and ask you, is there anything, what can I get for you? And the other candidate talking about, well, get me elected and we'll talk. Who are you going to vote for?
Don't ask me, I'm asking you.
You know
who told you they was gonna do something for you, Brandon? Of course, the black man said he got a black plan, don't he?
Well, maybe we could get the Reverend to come back. Since he come in town talking about vote for Brandon, and maybe he can tell us what Brandon's for.
Man, he ain't even from here. You talking about the dude who sold his daddy Bible, the family Bible?
No, I'm talking about the sheriff that when he come to town talking about vote for Brandon.
So
maybe we should get him on the phone and have him tell us what Brandon gonna do for us.
Man,
Brandon talks about getting like man, and when we had that mayoral forum at the city, you know where I always sit. I sit watching the door, right? You know that,
right?
Anyway,
that's right. You was there too.
When you asked Brandon, was that his wife? Oh no, and he, dude come in there, told us who he was, and he was running for mayor. He never sat down. Dude kept it moving. He looked like he had stuck the joint up when he was leaving out the door. Man, I be watching stuff, man. I have to because I can't run no more. So I got to know when it's time to move around and to get out in front of the crowd. But yeah, man, I don't know. I finally got my clothes on. I'm headed to the polls, and trust me, I'm voting for Vallas, Jack.
Ooh.
I don't care who don't like it. All right? Now, you've been hearing me say that since when the original election, mayoral election, came around. Now it's the runoff. We just putting this to bed. That's all this is. And as far as Brandon goes, I hope you know how when white folks go out there deer hunting and they get a deer and they bringing it back home, they usually tie it to the hood. I just hope they don't tie Brandon to no hood, man.
Dang, Anthony, you kind of rough, man. You kind of rough.
But, man, I'm calling balls and strikes at this point, man. And I know ain't nowhere in the world I'm going to vote for no pig in the poke.
What's a pig in the poke, man? What's that?
A pig in the poke is when you buy something inside a bag unseen.
Oh.
Look it up. That's what it is. It's when somebody try to sell you.
Damn, that might be a good one. That, my friend, might be one of the best things that I've heard. When you take something, you buy something unseen.
What going to do for the black community? He didn't even want to discuss the black community. We've been through that already.
Dang, you was there for that? I should play that back.
Huh?
You was there for that, wasn't you?
Yes, I was.
I should play that back.
You know what? And before I forget, man, I told you I support you whatever you do, and I'm wishing, praying the best for you. And if you don't have nothing but a Kool-Aid stand, I'm gonna go get some Kool-Aid and some distilled water, and I don't know about no sugar, but anyway, you had to get your own too. But I'm gonna support you, brother, any way I can. All right. Well, I appreciate you, Anthony. Let me get my big behind up to the pole.
Okay, all right, and then I'm going to see you on Friday, brother. I need to see you on Friday. I'm going to miss all y'all, Anthony. I know your voice. And
I'm going to miss you too, brother, but, we moving on. We shifting gears. That's all it is.
There it is. All right, brother, I appreciate you, man. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Anybody else on there? We'll take another call. I'm undecided, and I'm asking for y'all help on this election. Tell me what we need to do, caller. What's up? Oh, but before you answer, if you are LSU and you're a Lady Tiger, do you go to, as a Lady Tiger, are you going to the White House if Iowa goes? What's up, caller?
Hell no, I ain't going.
Uh-oh. Carletta. Uh-oh, here we go. Don't you start crying on the line. Go ahead. What's up, sis?
I don't cry.
You be sounding emotional, though. I love you, though. Go ahead. What's up?
I'm passionate. That's why I can relate to your passion, Maze.
Okay.
I'm passionate.
Okay.
So I'm an issues girl. I don't know Brandon. I don't know Paul, either one of them personally, or their integrity levels. But all I can go is off the issues and what each candidate has told me what they're going to do. So my issues are police, small business, workers, and our black children. So as far as police, Vallas has said he's going to get the old school police back. He's down for FOP, even though he does admit they didn't endorse him with any money. But politics is transactional, right? So they expect to get something. I don't trust that. Brandon said he's going to hold him accountable. Now, he has said whether he said he's going to defund the police. He's saying that he's not. He said he's going to change some line items, which is okay with me. My second issue is small business. I'm very advocate for black small business. Now, I was conflicted on this because Paul has done some great things for minority black businesses in Chicago. Absolutely.
Ain't he a racist,
Brandon
though?
is talking. I don't know what he is. He might be. I don't know. But I know as a white guy, I know he got blind spots. I know that much. And Brandon has talked about spreading out money as far as supporting small business, not just construction, not just those two businesses that are related to CPS. My other issue is workers. Vallas is supported by multimillionaires. Brandon is backed by laborers. Laborers are mostly our neighbors, our people who work every day. Now, when people talk about, well, I don't trust him because he going to be in the pockets of the labor unions, well, Vallas is in the pocket and beholden to his millionaires. So, I mean, one or the other. I mean, I prefer people who understand labor than multimillionaires. That's just me. My other issue is our black children. I've heard several podcasts.
Hold on, Carletta. I want to thank everybody from WBGX 1570 AM who is tuned in. Please feel free to give us a call at 872-259-7474. You can continue watching the show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Go ahead, Carletta. I'm sorry.
Okay. My second to last issue is our black children. I've heard previous students of Brandon Johnson talk about his style, talk about his relationship with them, because these black children are, whatever plan either candidate has, these children are going to have to be motivated to act and support. The children seem to be in support, or the young people. I'm in my 50s, so children to me is like 20, 30 years old, 20-year-olds. But these Brandon Johnson's way of working, and Paul Vallas is old school. I know old school generation think their way is always right, and it's hard to change. But when you talk about privatizing schools, minority black children always lose. I have rarely seen, except Perry's school, where the charter privatization of schools work for our black children. And my last thing is circumstantial evidence. Everything that I've heard against Brandon Johnson has been circumstantial evidence, not receipted, not evidence. Vallas has a record, has a Chicago record. You got receipts. So those are my issues, and so therefore I'm voting for Brandon Johnson.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, Carletta. I don't know that I agree with all of your answers, but I will say that that's the whole reason I'm trying to be convinced. So give us a call, 872-259-7474. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back after these messages. Well, we'll be back in a few minutes after these messages. It's the Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Dr. Craig Williams, former CPS administrator, on what he saw when Paul Vallas ran Chicago Public Schools.
I was there when Paul Vallas turned our schools around. Don't let anyone tell you different. Paul Vallas invested in our long-neglected neighborhoods, building new schools and updating facilities on the south and west sides, awarding a majority of contracts to minority and women-owned companies. I saw the results. I was there when math and reading scores went up in our schools.
Paid for by Vallas for Mayor.
I'm Brandon Johnson. As a husband, dad, teacher, and county commissioner, I know firsthand the challenges facing our communities. I'm running for mayor to make it easier for working people and families to make it in Chicago, to stop the crime that's paralyzing our city by getting serious about addressing the root causes of crime, mental health, poverty, and hopelessness, and to get tough on fighting the waste in the CPD budget. As mayor, I'll train and promote 200 new detectives and hold officers accountable if they abuse our trust. I'll make our public transportation safe and reliable, improve our schools, and strengthen our neighborhoods by investing in the people of Chicago. I'm the only person running for mayor with a balanced budget plan to do these things without raising your property taxes. The only one. I'm Brandon Johnson, asking for your vote on or before April 4th. Together, we can move the city forward and make Chicago work better for all of us. Paid for by Friends of Brandon Johnson.
My name is Cassandra J. Matz, your candidate for Village Trustee of Olympia Fields. I've been a resident of Olympia Fields for 30 years. I believe in building strategic partnerships, establishing governance boundaries, and have and will continue to dedicate my life work as a respected and credible voice when it comes to decision making. Olympia Fields has always been a community of familiarity and comfort, and I want to make sure the village stays that way. On April 4th, vote for me, Cassandra J. Matz, for your Olympia Fields Village Trustee. Paid for by Citizens for Cassandra J. Matz.
Chancellor, and I'm in a runoff election for the new 21st Ward, a true public servant, someone you can trust. I'll be bringing beauty and functionality to the ward by bringing in the Department of Streets and Sanitation, the Department of Transportation, the Department of Water Management, the Bureau of Electricity, the Department of Forestry, and Animal Control. So I'm asking you to punch 51, Cornell Dantzler, for Alderman of the new 21st Ward.
Punch 51 for Cornell Dantzler.
To be one of my best friends, someone I really love to talk to. When my day was coming to its end, but I know we had to grow apart. But I never knew things would get so hard, and I'll always love you for who you are. See, I don't blame you for running. I've never seen the dark places you've been. So please, can you tell me something? Like what it'll take to make it ours again, again. See, I don't blame you for running. I've never seen the dark places you've been. So please, can you tell me something? Like what it'll take to make it ours again. Everybody knows that I'm right, but I hate myself for not letting go for putting up such an emotional fight. It leads to rejection, then suppression, then mistaken conversation. Oh, then I'm so tired, I've been so tried, and to make things work, I pull it all inside. I know we had to grow apart, but I never knew that things would get so hard, and I'll always love you for who you are. See, I don't blame you for running. I've never seen the dark places you've been.
Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System to milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System to milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System to milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System to milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, to rule on the ones and twos. Salim, I Googled budget for Black Lives. And that video came up. In case you all were wondering what that video was that we just showed. Riis, did you see the video? Was you watching that? That was pretty white. When I said budget, okay, so let's look at the title.
Freedom All too. I saw that.
Okay. No, I want you to look at this. So everybody stop. I know y'all was probably not paying attention, but Salim, you asked me if I had checked out the budget for Black Lives, and once again, I gotta tell you, did you watch the video, Riis? Let me start it from the beginning. Matter of fact, let's do this, Riis, because we're gonna play it. Then I'm gonna have y'all call me, because I guess my thing is, do y'all remember when Smitty and Keith Harris, remember when there was the big police issue in Inglewood, and all the white hipsters in their Subarus came to Inglewood, and Inglewood said, we don't need y'all coming over here solving our problems? I think it's important for y'all, like, again, yeah, Salima, thank you for the video. I'm going to play it. Riis, you ready to watch it? Let's watch it one more time. I'm going to add some volume to it. And let's see what it says. All right, we're gonna play this budget for Black Lives. Freedom all, white lady.
We are hearing the voices of young organizers and activists around the city and their calls to defund police. Woo! And they are absolutely right. Our obsession with pouring more and more money into incarceration while starving our community of needed resources continues to take a toll on Black bodies and Black families. In Cook County, you too have blood on your hands. You see, Cook County spends more than $600 million a year being co-conspirators to our racist police department. And while the number of people incarcerated inside the jail have decreased more than 50% since 2013, the jail budget has actually gone up 26%. It is unfathomable that the county would sit on their hands and believe that they bear no responsibility in responding to this moment. It is unreasonable that the president and the commissioners are unwilling to use their power to starve the beast of incarceration
a lot of white people
divesting from their county jails and juvenile detention centers.
You see the white dude holding the red, black, and green flag?
So we are here with our partners to demand that the county stand up and stop investing in criminalizing and brutalizing Black people, but instead prioritize in the things that actually keep our community safe. Hello, everybody. I am Cassandra Riis, the wife of Nicholas Lee.
They put the Black lady up for the white in front of all the white people. Look at all the white people.
Attacking the coronavirus. I am here to demand that CCJ be defunded. They don't need the money. Instead of preparing for more inmates or more human beings to come in, give that money to communities that need it, so we can prevent things like this from happening. I lost the
See the white boy right there with the flag?
I'm out here because it's buildings and buildings full of human beings back there that's just being treated inhumane. I'm gonna be out here fighting for justice for them. I'm gonna still fight for justice for my husband, and I'm gonna make sure Tom Clark gets out of this building.
Hey, that was pretty dope, Riis. Too bad they couldn't find more Black people for the budget for Black Lives, though.
They went to their crib. They was all inside it. They couldn't come out.
Oh.
That's funny that day.
Oh, my goodness. Did y'all see that video? Am I crazy? Riis, I'm going to tell you. I remember when the outbreak broke out, the breakout of the outbreak of the people. I remember walking through Union Park, and they were preparing to go downstairs, to go downtown and tear up downtown, but it was a pre-game rally. And Riis, it was all white people. It was Black people sprinkled in like that. Like they used the Black people's death to go tear up shit. All them people that's busy doing that, why don't y'all take y'all my block, my hood, my city sweatshirts, put them on, and go clean up the neighborhoods instead of tearing them up. Like what y'all riding around my neighborhood spray painting stuff? Yeah, man. It's the Maze Jackson show. I'm undecided, but that video did not help me, Salim. I'm sorry. Because it is one more time where those are the same people that we talked about yesterday. That the second you don't say what they want you to say, then you are a racist. You are... Anyway, I'm through with that. So anyway, give us a call, 872-259-7474. I'm undecided in this race. I think that video might have helped me, though. But in the meantime, I want to make sure that we're aware of some aldermanic runoffs. The first thing, though, that I want to make sure we do is we give everybody the opportunity. Black pain and suffering is used to benefit everybody else. And since I said I was going to talk about Aldermanic, but I want to educate all of the voters in Harvey, right? To the voters in Harvey, today when you go out to vote, please, in the 2nd Ward, please make sure you vote for Kobe. Please. Because I came out to Harvey and they suggested that the special peculiar block suggested that maybe I needed to be educated on their history in Harvey. And I was thinking to myself, well, I got a lesson for you, but I'm not going to be educated. We're going to have some dialogue. So, but in the meantime, since they wasn't interested in dialogue, they was interested in becoming Twitter warriors. Please make sure, black people, that y'all show up and show out in Harvey, and make sure y'all vote for Kobe, please. Then also, did I tell you I went out to Harvey for the mayor's race for a debate, and the only person that showed up was Anthony McCaskill. So they had me come out there all the way, but then they want to send me press releases. So you mean y'all had me come all the way out there? Shout out to State Senator and Thornton Township Committeeman Napoleon Harris for not being scared to have me out there to moderate their forum that turned into a interview because only Anthony McCaskill showed up. And so, I appreciate the mayor sending me a press release afterwards. But, I only know the people I know. Anyway, so Riis, there's a series of aldermanic runoffs that are happening today. We've been talking so much about the city mayoral election that we did not remember. We did not talk a lot about the runoffs. So there's a runoff in the 4th Ward of Chicago that pits Lamont Robinson versus Prentice Butler. Now, Riis, this is going to be a classic case of the machine versus independent people. And so I'm going to be watching this race closely because if you think about it, all of the people who ran in the primary all backed Prentice. And so I'm going to be curious to see if they were able to turn and convert their votes into wins for Prentice, because Lamont Robinson has all the money and all of the organizational support. So we're going to be watching that race pretty closely. Now, we endorsed Tracy Bay in the first round. She was not successful, but she has joined Prentice Butler. So we'll be watching that race to see if they can turn things around in that area. Oh, Ryan. Don't let me forget. Ryan Buckley is running for Park District, running for a commissioner in Park District. Ryan, send me that number. Send me that so I can get you some money out there today. Y'all know Ryan. He has been a supporter. He's been one of our guys. He supports all of the stuff that we do. Super proud of Ryan actually jumping into the mix to be a commissioner in Robbins at the Robbins Park District. So if you are in Robbins, and I believe he is supported by a mayor, so help the mayor keep his team together so we can get these young people who are going to make a change in their communities. Then you got the 5th Ward race. Riis, which is Desmond Yancey, heavily backed by SEIU, has gotten hundreds of thousands of dollars off of Guy Riis. And Riis is rooting for Desmond because his frat brother is working on there, and if they jag all that money, it's going to be a tough week. Because they done put tens of thousands of dollars into that race. Right? So Riis going against the family because we backed Tina Hone. Right? And she made it to the runoff. And she credits us for us making it to the runoff, Riis. You know why? She said everybody thought she was white until we said.
That's right. We got two black candidates running in that race, everybody.
Yep. But what's in it for the black people supported Tina Hone. A lot of money, Riis. A lot of money. Pressure. Yeah. And, they still questioning whether he lived there. They was like, anybody but. That's some craziness. Actually, I feel like the 4th Ward bit the 5th Ward. Because the 4th Ward all of the candidates got together and said, we all going against Lamont. In the 5th ward, they took it a step further. They put a newspaper in the air. They said, I don't care who you vote for. You ain't got to vote for as long as it ain't him. So we're going to see that. Then I got some phone calls. Then people started sending me some of my frat brothers back in Desmond, right? And so it was like, they slid in the inbox with the, hey, you know how people be sending you the videos? Did you see when she said this? I was like, do dude live in the neighborhood? Did he get that straight? So anyway, we'll be watching that one in 5. 6, the 6th ward. Now, in the 6th ward, we endorsed Tavares Briggs because Tavares is a member of What's in It for the Black People. We had some affection for our dear brother, Patrick Brutus, who has been with us for a long time. Neither one of them made the runoff. So it is boiled down to a runoff between Reverend William Hall, and Richard Wooten. Amen. Wooten. Remember Wooten said, I'll let you keep your little signs.
Tonight. They won't be there in the morning. They can stay there all day.
They'll stay there tonight, but you got to get up and get work. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Put your new signs. What he said? He said new signs go down in the morning. So you put them down, you come and get them. You looking for your signs in the morning. They ain't going to be there.
Right. I ain't playing with you. Playing with you, mup.
They said we can't even put a sign out. And she was like, we can't even put a sign out there because he got so many signs. Hey, man.
Condolences to Congressman Chuy Garcia, whose 28-year-old daughter just passed. I'm very often, people, I don't wish any ill will on anybody. Well, mostly not anybody. But please keep Congressman Chuy Garcia in your thoughts and prayers as his 28-year-old daughter has passed away, as reported by ABC 7. Shout out to my girl. What your name is? I don't know. I didn't read the story. I just know she passed. I'll look at that a little bit later. 21st Ward, Cornell Dantzler versus Ronnie Mosley. Shout out to Cornell Dantzler. We are supporting Cornell Dantzler as What's in It for the Black People. A lot of our people are working on that race. A lot of our friends live in that ward. And so we want to make sure that get out there and vote, y'all. You know what I'm saying? No shade to Ronnie at all. But I do think that Mr. Dantzler has been very actively involved in the community. But I don't know that he has the money. So it's going to require people. It's going to require quite a few people to step up. Oh, my goodness. And black firefighter just passed in a fire this morning as well. Thank you, Terry Winston, for that update. Well, not thank you because I don't really want to report that. But shout out to the Black Fire Brigade and all the stuff that they do. Shout out to Terry Winston and Quintion Curtis. Well, we'll have to check that story up in a little bit. 21st Ward, Riis. I said Cornell Dantzler versus Ronnie Mosley. While we don't have it, I think Ronnie is a great young man. We know that there are people from our organization that are working very hard for Cornell Dantzler, and he was an endorsed candidate of What's in It for the Black People. 24th Ward, Riis, is Scott versus Scott. Creative Scott. You know Creative Scott?
Yeah.
And Monique Scott, who is the sister of committeeman and former alderman Michael Scott. Man, Creative, he one of them guys though over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's run quite a few times. It'll be interesting to see if people can make the distinction.
I was just thinking.
Because I feel like that's how he got in the runoff, right? Because we had Beatrice Boyce in that one. But I think that there was so much overwhelming support for the Scotts that people just went in and said, Scott. So we'll see if that is how that boils down. 29th Ward, Alderman Chris Taliaferro versus C.B. Johnson. What makes this so interesting, Riis, is that Chris Taliaferro was supported by Danny Davis, and now Danny Davis is supporting his opposition. Those are the things that make you say, Things that make you say, And then we cannot forget our dearest Cassandra J. Matz, who is running for trustee to get her seat back in Olympia Fields. Now, we was talking about Harvey, because Harvey is the capital of the Southland. You agree with that, Riis? You think Harvey is the capital? It's like Jackson, Mississippi, man. What else is the capital? It can't be Dalton.
I'd say Dalton probably in yeah, you probably could say.
Dalton like the second city.
Yeah, probably can, I guess, when you think of, yeah, probably like Harvey.
Dalton is like Aurora.
What you mean? Not Dalton ain't like no Aurora.
Yeah, I mean, or like, so the capital city, Dalton is like, well, I don't know, man. We'll talk about that. And then we don't want to forget, again, in the second ward in Harvey, do not forget to vote for Kobe, please. Get your butt out there and go vote for that sister. She came in here. She's got a plan. And, I'm always excited to see young people come back and work in their community and run for office and take on the responsibility that does not. It's thankless in often cases. So, look, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. That's where I am on the Aldermanics. Riis, I'm going to take another quick break because I got to go to the bathroom. And then we're going to do 2 more topics. Respecting the game, and then the second topic I want to do is fuck the day after if you were on bullshit the day before. Right? Because I think we're going to talk about this, but Riis, have you ever... You know what? You know that song Kendrick Lamar? When they be like, we cry together? And they curse each other out and they say all of this stuff and then they wind up at the end of it, your mama, that's why you're R. Kelly. They do everything. And then at the end of it, they wind up, I love you. I love you. That's the sick relationship that we seem to have in our own community with each other, which is we think we can say anything and then expect to be recovered from it, or not expect to be recovered from it, but then want to be productive members of our community. I know I've had it bad, and so I'm gonna check myself. I've really worked hard not to be in that space, but I do think that I'm looking at a lot of the different conversations around this race, and yeah, it's probably about time for me to leave, cause some of the things that y'all say to each other, it's like you know, Riis, I used to never slap box. You know why I never slap box?
Somebody turn real.
Cause I was gonna turn real. I get 2 tags. My slap is closing, and I'm about to steal on your ass. And I think that it's been a long time, but I've always avoided those things because I think that they can turn into way worse situations. So we're going to talk about that all the time. Look, y'all, it's the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Come on, man, DJ Riis the Ruler, and we'll be back after these messages.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Mays Jackson.
Tune in to the Mays Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Mays Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Mays said. We out of here. Peace.
An important announcement from Jamal Green.
Listen, Chicago, we don't need empty slogans. We need to refund our communities. We need results. And Paul Vallas will deliver for all Chicagoans. Paul Vallas will open up our schools after hours and all summer. He'll reopen up the mental health facilities that were shut down and bring back the trades and apprenticeships into our schools to build a pipeline for the next generation of young people. And Paul isn't waiting until Election Day to work with our neighborhoods to refund our communities. He's getting started right now. Like adopting my idea to establish a city-owned bank that will invest directly into homeowners and small businesses. That's the kind of man Paul Vallas is. That's the one that I know, that listens and collaborates and gets things done. Paul Vallas is the candidate that I trust to refund our communities and invest in our young people. Paul Vallas will be a mayor for all of Chicago.
Paid for by Vallas for Mayor.
My name is Emma Mitz, Alderwoman of the 37th Ward and chair of the Westside Black elected officials. I've represented the Westside on the City Council for over 20 years, and I have one question for Brandon Johnson. Brandon, where have you been? As County Commissioner, you haven't helped organize the community, make our streets safer, or get us the investment we need. That's why I'm supporting Paul Vallas for mayor. Paul will keep schools open after hours and all summer to give kids safe alternatives to gang violence. As mayor, Paul will make sure nobody gets left behind in the budget process, reclaiming vacant properties to revitalize the South and West Side and set up low-interest loans to help homeowners and small business to create jobs. The West Side needs a mayor we know will deliver for us. We know Paul Vallas will be a mayor for all of Chicago.
Paid for by Vallas for Mayor.
Tamika Scott. Yeah. As we take this journey through life, we face trials and tribulations. But just know, the enemy is not gonna win, cause the storm is almost over. That's right, the storm is almost over.
Don't you give up, you come too far to turn back now. Hold your head up, it's almost over. So set up to take you to your destiny. It's gonna be alright. Everything happens for a reason. Yes, this is your season. Just keep on believing. Blessings you'll be receiving. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It will be alright. Throw your hands to the sky, lift your head up high. The storm is almost over. Everything's gonna work in your favor. You don't have to worry no more. What you're going through won't last. It's a test to take you higher. Just keep the faith, hold on, believe. The storm is almost keep on moving. Don't let nobody stop you, no. You're getting closer. Almost over. You're a soldier. Now fight your way to victory. It's gonna be alright. Everything happens for a reason. Yes, this is your season. Just keep on believing. Blessings you'll be receiving. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It will be alright. Throw your hands to the sky, lift your head up high. The storm is almost over. Everything's gonna work in your favor. You don't have to worry no more. What you're going through won't last. It's a test to take you higher. Just keep the faith, hold on, believe. Dark clouds may rise, strong winds may blow. It's hard to see through the rain. You gotta hold on. Be strong. Don't let go. Almost over. Throw your hands to the sky, lift your head up high. The storm is almost over. Everything is gonna work in your favor. You don't have to worry no more. What you're going through won't last. It's a test to take you higher. Just keep the faith, hold on, believe. The storm is almost over. Just hold on, be strong. Don't give up, just hold on,
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Don't forget, we got rescheduled April 22nd. Go to ChicagoObsidian@gmail.com. I wonder, is Antonio, I'm telling her business, but I know my niece Reagan is kicking it on her spring break in New York City. I got to tell you, I've been enjoying watching y'all stories. So, Rego Babo, if you are up and out, I hope you have a blast in New York City. Take it all in, because, you know, you got to take us to the next level. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. I got a couple things I want to point out. I want to go through. Yesterday, so this title of this one is Respecting the Game of Politics. And I think that, Riis, I've come to the reality. Did you watch that video that I was showing about, like, the budget for Black Lives? So, what I've come to recognize is that the times are changed. And I may be a dinosaur. And I think that this type of Maze Jackson discussion, these kind of discussions are probably not where Chicago is anymore. I think that for a majority of our young people, they have accepted the swirl, which is okay. But I think to me, politics is a craft. The practice of politics, of being a political operative, is a craft that is honed over years of experience. That experience usually started, well, for me, that experience started by being a pretend campaign manager, to going to being a campaign manager who was being guided to being a campaign manager that learned how to win, to then working various political positions at various stages and various levels of the game that gave me a toolbox to understand the politics of the day. And realistically, I don't know that politics changes, but the tactics and the tools change. And I'm admitting that I came from a different time. I'm a dinosaur. I came from it when you had to earn it, when there were times when you couldn't just declare yourself political. You couldn't just declare yourself a political analyst. You couldn't just declare yourself a political operative. You had to have some weight. You had to have some experience. You had to put in, Riis, what they call it, put in work. Now, you can declare yourself a political, whatever you want to declare it. And as long as you're loud enough, or as long as you got a big enough platform, you could be in the game. And I come from a time when being black and our blackness was something that we could stand proud for. What they say, unapologetically what?
Black.
Unapologetically black, but unashamedly Christian. Ain't that what they said? Well, now you can't really be unapologetically black. Not really.
Yeah, not really, but I see what you mean. Like you can.
You can, but you can't be successful mainstream. There you go. You can't. There was a time when people like Malcolm X and Dr. King were respected for their fight for black people, not for the inclusiveness, not for everybody else. Yeah, you could come along, you could do whatever, but there was a time, like right now, I'm going to tell you like this. Malcolm X in this generation probably would not have gotten any platform.
Been racist and all.
I mean, they called him racist anyway, but black people was like, yeah. But now, like our young generation, Riis, they've been bred a different way. And I have watched the Chicago political game change under my feet. Some for the good, some for the bad. Right? But you know the reason I got into this radio thing, Riis, was because I was under attack. I was under assault. And the way it used to be was, if you were black and you got on the wrong side, if you talked too much, if you said too much, if you advocated too much and wasn't just grateful for what you got for being in the game, they would whoop you. They would punish you. They would kick you out of the team. They would ban you to another state. They would tell people that you couldn't, they would call your clients and end it. And I think you all can hear all of this when you listen to these ComEd tapes. And in that space, Riis, we popularized the concept of being pro-black, but I think we may have gotten, like when this thing started, it was a good thing. And by the time we got to it now where we are now, we're not necessarily unapologetically black. And there really isn't a place for unapologetically black men. It's just not. Your words will be twisted, manipulated against you. And then, Riis, what I've come to recognize is I understand why people who have PhDs take offense to other people getting called doctor. When you have mined and spent your time in a craft, when you know what it's like to go outside and be assigned a precinct and know that you have to win that precinct, it used to give you a level of swag, but now you don't need to have anything under your belt. You just get to declare yourself in the political space, and it is what it is. And if you're loud enough, if you got a big enough platform, you can say it in, who gonna check me, boo? And what I am finding is that I don't want to be in that category. Riis, I hear a lot of people politically talk about what they gonna do, but I ain't never seen it. I ask them about their wins. I ask them about their plus minus counts. I ask them about their polling. I ask them about their fundraising capabilities. I ask them about, how did you get here? And what I've come to recognize is a lot of our political space is occupied by people who can talk about it and pontificate, but can't necessarily deliver. I think about how many times in this fight, and I'm so grateful for BP1, What's in it for the Black people, because that is where I'm going to concentrate my effort. I'm going to concentrate my effort on building not a black army, but a power army of black political operatives, campaign managers, fundraisers, who can actually do what they say. I find myself in arguments, debates, engaged in conversations that 20 years ago I would have never entertained. And I have watched this platform be the catalyst for others to make a name for themselves in politics. But I'd ask you, can I see your resume? And if I asked to see your political resume, I'd be interested to see how many people that occupy the same space actually have a political resume. How many times did you go out? How many candidates did you deliver? How many plus minus zeros have you done? How many precincts have you won? And now, it's kind of like there's no distinction. And so we all kind of get lumped together. And we get thrown into this space, and because you can pontificate, because you got a platform, you can now you can declare yourself a political expert. But the difference is, what political dues have you paid? What, you took some pictures? You went to some political events? Did you ever have to stay till 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock? Did you ever have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning? And I ain't talking about putting signs down in the street. Although there is a space for that. But what made you political? And what they say, Riis, what Jay say, don't argue with fools, because people from a distance can't tell the difference.
They can't tell who from who.
And so essentially, if you keep playing in this race the way that it is, people don't distinguish you from the other people. As a matter of fact, they put you in the category to other people. It used to be a time you couldn't talk about it if you ain't live it. Now you can talk about it, and then you can fake it till you make it. And if you catch the right rocket trip, if you catch the right candidate, if you say the right thing, you too can be the same. But what it does is it leaves us with an underdeveloped, inadequately prepared community. So that when you get to politics, you never learned your self-interest. Yeah, I don't mean this in a bad way. But who are the respected black political leaders who can deliver? It was funny, I was watching this campaign and I was watching a lot of people, and everybody want to be with the candidate. Everybody want to be in the photo shoot. Everybody want to be they want to support. Tell us 20 below outside. How many doors you knocked? You know, I was thinking about this election right now. There's 3 phases of a campaign. There's voter identification, there's persuasion, and then there's turn them out. Everybody is looking for the magic bullet, the social media moment, the time when I could catch you and say, aha, instead of going to the doors. And so, Riis, I got to tell you, I'm leaving partially because the game has been watered down so greatly that people can't tell the people with experience, the people with the ability to go get it, and the people who are faking. And so what winds up happening is we keep getting cut out. Y'all realize that in the last 3 elections, over $200 million was spent? With limited black consultants, limited black media buyers, and essentially our space becomes occupied because they're not paying you to win, they're paying you to be quiet. And that's no way to be. So I gotta let you know that I'm leaving partially because I think we gotta put some more respect on our name in black political world. And I'm tired of being in a space where I can't really talk politics. I got to go on the white side of town and go talk politics. Because if I say, hey, let's go get a precinct, let's go win a precinct, let's go win a ward. And I can't lie because I got some Green Berets on my squad. But I got to develop some more Green Berets. But they got to be more diverse. They can't just be knocking on doors. They got to be able to do fundraising. They got to be able to do all of the things that are necessary, fundraising, field, communications, right? And in the process of sitting it out, we have allowed, because our team was so busy supporting people that we never learned the business. We never learned the game. And I tell you, most people pay people to go away, not to do real political work. How many people have put their people on campaigns and had them go in? Look, y'all, it's the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. We got somebody on the line? Let's take the calls. Caller, you on the Mays Jackson Show. Caller? Oh, hold on, caller. My bad. Hold on. What's up, caller? How you feeling? My bad.
Hey, how you doing, Mays? It's John Scott.
John Scott. Uh-oh, I got the big Willies calling in. What's going on? Tell Diane I said hello to her.
Yeah, I would tell her. I'm out in California this morning, though.
I'm coming with you, man. I'm about to do like I told you to do. Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you, I want your listeners to know that exactly what you're talking about. You know, there's not the political people out there that I came up under. And I always say this, that I remember when I was trying to get into the political game and I was seeking people that could pour into me. And I remember I called you. You didn't know who I was. And we met at a restaurant. And you talked to me for 2 hours. And at the end of that conversation, I thought you was going to say, man, I'm about to put you on. But you said, do you. Take those methods, go out there, and just keep grinding, and it'll pay off. And I had a lot of wins in political campaigns, and I had to go out there, and I had to work for a lot of people. I had to go out there and learn how to do the pluses and minuses. I had to learn how to strategically work in a campaign. I just went up there, worked for Paul Rosenfeld up in the 47th Ward, did a lot of work with him in Waukegan, did a lot of work with him throughout the city of Chicago. Met other people, met the man that we always talk about now, Madigan. We never worked with him, but worked with this guy Phelan. But like you said, I don't see that anymore. I don't see the people that know how to go out there and work a precinct, hit them doors, get the pluses and minuses. If I was in a campaign today, I'd be sitting in the back of the room with all the maps out, looking at everything, making sure we got all the polls covered, making sure we got passers, making sure we got people giving us the counts, going out there, driving through the areas, making sure the people are on post. Where's that campaign at today? I don't see it, you know. And what I learned from that has gave me the opportunity to go out into other cities, and I could talk the campaign game. I mean, and you meet a lot of young people out here, they can't do it because they never really got out there and grinded in the campaigns. I mean, I seen you. I mean, that's why I went out and went after you, because I seen you. And Mays, how long ago was that? What, 20 years ago? 25 years ago?
Yep.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you know. And I get young people coming to me. I got my son out here with me now, just showing him what it takes, what do you got to do to knock on these doors, what do you got to do to network, what do you got to do to meet people. I got to go out here and meet politicians in different cities that don't know who I am, but they know I know how to get through the game. And the only way for us to see this turn for the black community, that's how we got those offices. I mean, we didn't have the big campaign budget, but we was able to get out there, develop the ward organizations that could go out there and make these wins and get these wins. But like I say, you know, I had the opportunity to work under some great people. You know, I had the opportunity to work under some great people in government. you know, and working for the city of Chicago, you know, and yes, and working on Rahm Emanuel's team, you know, but you learn, you know. I think this is the first time I have never been in Chicago for a mayoral campaign. The first time. I made sure I voted before I left. And the other thing I want to say is, I sat at that table. I watched CTU for over 10 years. I was the director of board relations at Chicago Public Schools. I headed up community engagement over there. I did all those things. And I had the opportunity to see how those jokers play. And they don't play fair. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, it's hard for Paul Vallas to get his message out because they are going to out-engage him, out-scream him, out-just show up places, just cause confusion out there in the campaign where people are going to think, man, Vallas is not going to do nothing for us. You know, Brandon, I remember seeing, I done outmaneuvered Brandon and stuff. I done seen him out there, you know, over the years. I watched him as just a person that just came around, walking behind Jackson Potter and them, Mike Brunson. You know, I know all those guys. Jesse Sharkey. You know, I give Karen Lewis, you know, some kudos because when she was there, she was sharp. She was very strategic. But a lot of the games that I see them playing, they're not playing Karen games anymore. You know, they're just going to do whatever they could do to try to win this campaign. You know, and I hear the callers. I mean, I can't even talk to some of my friends because if I tell them what I've seen, they get upset. They say I'm not supporting the black man. But I'm like, this is the game. You know, so I just wanted to call in this morning and tell you that, man, you have done a great job. I know my wife and I, we've been listening to you from day one. I know my wife supports you, you know, and shout out to Diane for giving me the opportunity to go out here and work and do the things that I do. But Mays, I'm telling you, man, you always did right, man. When we had our kids down there at the MLK, you interviewed them. The kids still talk about that today. They still talk about that today. So, man, I appreciate you, man. And I know you're going to do great things. I'm going to see if I can get you some work at the lobby, okay?
Man, I need that, John. Give me some work, man. Help a brother out. I won't embarrass you, man. I'm definitely going to see, man. Man, if it's something that we got to push through in Springfield, man, because I got some things I would talk to you about. So, man, go on to the next level, man. You've been there, so go back and even do it even higher. Thank you, brother.
So, man, I just wanted to let you know that, man. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, John.
Reese, man, you with greatness, man. A lot of people don't see greatness when they with them, but you're with him, man. He has been around, man. He has been around. And I'm telling you, the thing is, we could have been on the other side of the tables in different campaigns and things, but when it was over with, we could still shake hands and keep on moving.
100%.
You know,
and build
I don't
each
think
other.
some of these people, they don't understand that.
Right.
They don't understand that.
Because the whole premise always was we should have people everywhere. So if I fall, you straight. If I fall, I got your back. Right. But now it is, and I'm going to be honest, John, I feel like I might have done our community a disservice in some cases because in my overwhelming blackness, what I have not taught is discernment. The ability for us to discern and identify who is actually our ally and who is actually our enemy. And so, you know, like a lot like your friends right now, because we got everybody on the black thing, which I'm not bugging out on. But when the black people ain't on the black thing that you own, then that's when we got a challenge, man. John, you have worked at the highest levels, right? From from being the man for the man to being, and I just remember being like, John, understand the value that you have in this world, right? Like the things that you are able to do here that they're paying you way less than you can. This is a translatable skill that when you leave this space, you will be at the top of the rung, because if you can do it in Chicago, you could do it anywhere. John, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your family. I appreciate Diane. Your son gonna have to come sell me a pair of them Jordans. And your daughter, you know, every time I see her, she done got another promotion. She at the top of the line. And you know what, man? I want the same thing for my kids, right? I want to be able to be a person. Like, it's crazy because, you know, you see like, do you realize I've been doing this? My daughter's graduated from high school, and now my son is about to graduate from high school. And all of this has been a fight for really them, but a fight for survival. We've been able to make it. But, brother, it's like we got to be able to build each other. So, John, thank you so much. I appreciate you calling. And if y'all knew John Scott, John Beulah said she can't believe that you are in California and have not connected with her. So make sure you reach out to Beulah McLeod, because she watching.
I'm going to reach out. I'm going to reach out to her. Okay, thanks, man.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Anybody else on that line, Reese? Okay. So I got a moment that I just want to say real quick. I have been talking to Bomani Obadeli, who, in case y'all didn't know, during the Ken Duncan campaign, we were at each other's throat, and it created a 4-year beef. And I think, courtesy of Tyrone Muhammad and Mark Carter, called us together over the Office of Black Americans, that rally that we had that they tried to turn into a racial thing. And Obadeli and I it probably couldn't have been a worse situation, like anti each other, until we had a moment to break it down. And right now, Bomani Obadeli is on Team Johnson. I'm undecided. But we said that post this election, because it's become so divisive and we've allowed white folks who are controlling the narrative to turn this into a blood sport between black folks. For most white folks, a campaign is over. For black folks, it's a blood sport, and it's Negro Mandingo fights to the death that we want to fight forever and ever and ever. And, you know, we reached out and we were talking and we was chatting and we said, post this election, we need to have a black political operatives breakfast to create the peace, right? Because the tensions have gotten so high over somebody that most of us don't even know. Two people we don't really know. But we are willing to destroy each other over them, knowing that one of them is going to survive. And so we said we were going to have a breakfast to bring all the people together. But then I was thinking about this breakfast and who really comes. So then, Reese, I've been watching a lot of these exchanges, like, because I keep getting put in these group texts where I be like, I really don't want to be in this. I really don't. So I don't respond. I don't say nothing. But sometimes, you know how you get a group text and you look at it and you be like, wait a minute, what? And the levels of disrespect that I have seen amongst so-called black men who's supposed to be pro-black is hilarious to me. Not hilarious. It's downright sad. And so, you know, the whole premise of us doing a breakfast was that we did not want to have another 30-year rift in the black community and in the black political operative space. And so we talked about this unity breakfast that we were going to have, not coordinated by the campaigns, but just us taking the responsibility of managing the relationships for ourselves. But I got to tell you, I've been watching some of the dialogue. And it really made me, excuse my language, say fuck tomorrow morning. Fuck the day after. If you was on some bullshit last night. Because what people tend to want is the ability to say anything with no consequence. And then under the umbrella of black unity, be like, let it go, let it go, let it go, never mind, never mind. But the reality is, you can't just say anything. You can't just use, words have power, words have life. And people will wait till their moment to stick you. So, tomorrow will be the morning after the election. But if you was on bullshit tonight, that don't go away because of breakfast. We have a lot of people playing in the political space that don't understand politics. We have a lot of people who observe, can stick a toe in and get out because they ain't never got to be with nobody. Now, maybe that's not the lifestyle, the life profession you've chose, but for political operatives, politics is their life. That's how they meet. That's how they win. If you're a political operative, the only place where you are not allowed to work based on some subjective ass something is for black people. Riis. 90% of us had no personal relationship with Brandon or Paul Vallas before this election. Conversely, 90% of us have had a relationship, good, bad, or ugly, with all of the people, all of the rest of us. I have always said you do not destroy your relationships with your old people for someone new that you don't even know. And we have gotten to a place where now we super pro-black. We're selectively black. When it's convenient. When I can wear it on my chest and say, oh, but not make no sacrifice for it. So let me just say this. If there's a black political operative that is operating and working for a campaign on either side, y'all need to stop this bullshit about, oh my God, the Lord told me. Man, get the fuck out of here with that. You getting paid to work on a campaign that is finite. But now y'all want to take it to spiritual levels. Y'all want to take it to manhood levels. Y'all want to take it to... And I just want to caution y'all. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to dip out. I'm going to go get my bag. Now, I've been getting my bag. Don't get it twisted. But you see, they're all politicians. They're all going to say something that's going to make you feel a certain way. But don't nobody make my decisions for me. If I have one regret about this show, it is that I did not teach us discernment. To understand our interests. You know, Byron calls all the time and says, I didn't get, you're going to take 5%, you're going to take 2%. But we got to get something. It's been a 10-year process. 10, 12 years. And I think about just whittling through all of this. And if there was one thing I wish I could have shown, and I don't even know if you can teach it, is discernment. Now, I don't think either candidate is going to be able to do everything that they promised. But I also think people are smart enough to make their own decisions. I've watched as preachers said, fuck God if you ain't with Brandon. I've watched politicians say, you ain't black if you ain't with Brandon. I've watched I've watched white folks say, the city is going to burn down if we elect the black man. He's not smart enough. It's part of the campaign. It's campaign life. People going to say what they can say, do what they say. But the only people that destroy themselves over these campaigns is us. Y'all will talk about people's mamas, they families, they whole joint, and then think that tomorrow it's going to be sweet. We got to do better. Now, I ain't going to if Iowa go to the White House, I don't think that LSU should go. But I think we got to find some common denominators, right? Because I think everybody wants the crown, Riis. They don't want to say it, but they want a crown. They want to be the man. But I think that what y'all don't understand is that if we can make a fist instead of 5 fingers, we could be very, very powerful in this space. So, fuck the morning after if you was on some bullshit last night. It's just what it is. Now, and if you don't like it, you know what you could do? You could tell them Maze said, look, y'all, is anybody else on that line? Phone line's done? All right, y'all. We got 3 days left. Get out there and vote. Y'all did not help me make a decision today. So I guess when I get in that voting booth, you know what? Riis, let me do this one more time. Because I feel like I want to look at, is somebody online? Oh.
You finna do what? You finna play something?
Oh, no, I'm just going to put the video back up. Because I just thought it was so amazing. You can turn it up. Let's watch the video just one more time.
We are hearing the voices of young organizers and activists around the city and their calls to defund police. Woo! And they are absolutely right. Our obsession with pouring more and more money into incarceration while starving our community of needed resources continues to take a toll on black bodies and black families. In Cook County, you too have blood on your hands. You see, Cook County spends more than $600 million a year being co-conspirators to our racist police department. And while the number of people incarcerated inside the jail have decreased more than 50% since 2013, the jail budget has actually gone up 26%. bear no responsibility in responding to this moment. It is unreasonable that the president and the commissioners are unwilling to use their power to starve the beast of incarceration by divesting from their county jails and juvenile detention centers. Period! So we are here with our partners to demand that the county stand up and stop investing in criminalizing and brutalizing black people, but instead prioritize in the things that actually keep our communities safe.
Hello everybody, I am Cassandra Riis, the wife of Nicholas Lee, the third person that was murdered in the Cook County Jail after contracting the coronavirus. I am here to demand that CCJ be defunded. They don't need the money. Instead of preparing for more inmates or more human beings to come in, give that money to communities that need it so we can prevent things like this from happening. I lost the battle for my husband, but I'm out here because it's buildings and buildings full of human beings back there that's just being treated inhumane. I'm gonna be out here fighting for justice for them. I'm gonna still fight for justice for my husband, and I'm gonna make sure Tom Dart gets out of this building.
Reese, them the people driving through my neighborhood spray painting signs. I don't know that I think that helps my neighborhood look better. I don't know if that's what you call putting resources back. But I got some decisions to make. Thank you, Salim. I did check out the budget for Black Lives. Pretty powerful video for me. But yo, that's all I got, man. Reese, you got anything else today, man? Be nice to your girl when you get home, man. Get rid of that attitude.
I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna sleep right here on the couch, man. Be home later on.
Uh-oh. Not sleeping on the couch.
Sleep right there on the couch. Yeah, I told you, man. The couch ain't. I learned that trick earlier when I saw my dad on the couch one day. I said, so I know that when I get older, make sure I get a comfy couch. Pull out couch, man. Nah, I'm straight, man. I'm good, man. You just get tired, man. I'm just tired. So I said, I'm gonna tell you a little nap right here. Nah, I'll be home later on. You know how you the man in the house, but nobody listening to it after you be like, ain't that what I just told y'all to do? Now look. So I said, it's all good. It's all good, man.
These newfangled women out here.
Man, listen, I told somebody I wish I was born in the 1920s or something.
Lord, you don't want not 20s, man.
Well, like
you
something 60.
I
need some old fashioned. I need some old fashioned from time to time, man. Between Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and all that.
Got these women out here confused.
I got them stuck. They got so yeah. It's all good. I'm gonna go lay down right there. I'll be there later on.
All right, y'all. You sure ain't nothing up there because I keep seeing that caller.
Oh, no, you know. All right.
Hey, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.